Greetings! Look who it is.
Hi.
It's Skinny Alex.
Well,
Hey, skinny old Alex.
What?
See, now
Old?
Alex has spent now it's close to 3 weeks with me, and look at him.
Morphs
Look
into
at
me.
what the countryside has done to the boy.
So all this fresh air has sorted him out.
Destroyed him.
Destroyed him.
Ash is dodging the invisible camera. You can't see.
I'm going like this to try and get my face in, but it's actually there because that's just in the way of our picture, isn't it? Not theirs.
Brap! Who was that? Was that Kay?
Who's brapped us?
Kai. Who went brap?
That's Rich.
Richie.
Brap! So
Richie.
Kay Taniguchi sent me a video of his little boy, young,
Yeah.
doing the Rasta Maice intro, going brap, 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 brap. Yeah, like, it's like,
We should use that.
Yeah, definitely.
no,
Yeah.
totally.
Well, it's about time we changed that intro video.
If you don't get rid of that last bit, the intro video, the last bit where I look like a billion, my beard's like David Bellamy's all grey. Every time I'm sitting there behind the camera, mic's off, I'm going, I hate that bit. I want to do, when, like, I've talked to John about this, I want to do the Painter Man out of Bob Ross, but it's like paint a Rasta. And then I do it, I roller it all, and then there's a beautiful painted chip. And that should be my thing with like some 70s music. We've got to do something like that.
Oh, I'm down with that. Yeah,
So who we got? Clive. Hi Clive. Fun Dan. The Pie. What was that? Ulfric in 10. It's hard to read in red. Ulfric's on 2. I like it. He said hi to you on both formats. That's because he types with 2 hands like that.
Is there dual formatting?
Types 2
Is that
hands
even
like
a thing?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah,
And
he's
sometimes,
well-talented.
weirdly, a third hand comes up, right? And he has a drink with that one.
Yeah,
Right? It's amazing to watch.
He's like Rio in Solo with all the hands.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Rio in Solo, like that was the best character,
He was
and he
welcome.
got punked.
Well,
Sorry, I've just broken everything. But
I
it
watched
pissed me off
I
how
watched it
he
again
just
the
got
other day.
punked,
Well,
man.
I can't
He could do all this, swing
Yeah.
a bat. Oh, you Imperial pilots are crap.
Yeah.
But here's a little guy with a little pistol, and he punked me. What? Oh, come on, man. Why'd they do that?
Yeah.
They didn't need to kill him. Leave him alive. He could have been a character in the extended universe somewhere nice. I
Well,
like
a chatter is the Disney Channel are picking up Solo. Then the new Disney streaming service.
Oh.
So the Solo
Oh.
movies that might not get made maybe.
We're not getting
on-
there, are we?
Oh,
Well, the
yeah,
Disney
we are.
stream-
We are.
we
We
just
are.
haven't
It's
given us a
coming.
time
Oh,
yet. They haven't given us a date
Ash
yet.
mentioned the possibility of Han Solo's spaceship flying around the
yeah,
galaxy.
more
some more,
Solo is a
and my
thing.
arms went all goosebumpy.
Well, because he signed up to 3 films, didn't he? All of them did. Or well, he did anyway.
Cool. And for those of you that clearly don't recognise the stranger, I'm Rasta Maice, and of course that's Ash. Yeah, so Ash is bucking the holes.
Yeah.
The Queen. He's no longer rummaging in the Queen's bags.
No.
You haven't got your hands in her sack no more, have you? Feeling
Gets
her valuables.
Frowned upon.
Handling her valuables.
Yeah.
Look, Postman Ash Wagwan. I
Yeah,
like it. Chirag.
I like it.
Wagwan. Who we got? Who's that? Enos. Evening to the 2 most sexy men.
Yeah.
I'd butter you like a crumpet and eat you for breakfast, Enos. Sorry. It was better than saying I'll bend him up like a pretzel and proper hurt him, but in a loving way. Like only an Italian Rasta man can.
No,
Disney should use your hot rod.
I agree.
I
It's
love
sick.
you, Tavern Wars.
Yeah.
Tavern Wars. Listen, wait. Just like I've got a thing to show you. I'm looking at it over there. Oh, it's mooning me with its beauty. That when you see it,
It is cool.
I genuinely think. Now, I've done some cool stuff, right? But I think this one's going to make the internet lose their mind.
I was a bit impressed when I came in. He showed
It's only
me.
like the prototype for where I'm going with the others,
Yeah.
right? But anyway,
There's a big source material for them as
there
well.
is.
isn't there?
There's
a lot of stuff.
It's like
out
there's
there.
a film with them in it. It was amazing. I googled and I was like, look,
I
there's
could just watch
loads.
this film.
This is amazing.
It's got a whole.
And I was like, hold on a minute. Is that one of them made out of Lego? Who would have known I had all this source material? Look what he's doing. He's better when he's here, isn't it? Right, I want you all on the Weekend Warlords page to go and start a petition to get Ash back. Free our Ash. Do you remember when those Americans, you won't reference, but English people will. Do you remember when Deirdre Barlow was put in prison? And it was free Deirdre. We need free Ash. Get Ash away from the Queen, right? And his commitments. Get him here, everyone. We need him. It's more fun. Anyway, bookkeeping, until I get onto the really sexy stuff.
Yeah, we've got to do the bookkeeping.
The bookkeeping is, if you are not subbed or, like, and all that stuff you do on Twitch or YouTube or all them
Twitch
other
and YouTube.
formats, please do that for us, because they've dropped quite a bit and that's killing us. So if you haven't used it up and you get a free one with Amazon and all that, use it on us, please, if you enjoy our content, and then you'll get like the pings or whatever you get to say we're on.
Yeah, I got one of them.
And also, we like, for those of you that are new and watching in the background, we do giveaways, and the way to enter our giveaways is with Sponduli. So if you're subbed up, you earn a bit more, and you get for subbing, and you get for when you cheer and you comment and all these things. So it's worth kind of like giving us that click.
What? Oh, there we
See?
go. That's how it works.
Tavern Wars is my brethren.
And we get the Jar Jar, which we love.
Tavern Wars is bling. So we always, every week, give you something away. Love you all for it. Wow. And yes, and this little health bar is Stream Boss. And last week all for it was Stream Boss. And if you're Stream Boss at the end of the stream, you get 1,000 spondoolies. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
You get 1,000
How'd you be
spondoolies.
Stream Boss?
By being the last person to donate and not getting knocked off, because you can heal yourself.
Yeah, you have
Right?
health.
It's like Weekend
health.
Warlords, World of Warcraft.
Is that what
Yeah, it's basically that. Hello, Shazbot.
Warcraft.
Did you not?
No, I did not. No,
Right,
sorry.
so first thing, before I even get onto housekeeping, I was meant to be doing the pod racer this week. I'm not. I'm carrying on with the Space Wolf. I'm going to finish it on stream. I couldn't get the wire I needed, and I couldn't locate a ship I needed. I got everything from Lee, sent me all my bits, but a couple of bits didn't come together. And this Space Wolf's too good to not show you me finishing this. It's gone a bit mental. So that's what we're doing in this one. We're going to be doing the Space Wolf. But I tell you about what I'm giving you for your stretch goal. It's a wicked one. And any of you that have watched this in the past will know what they are. If you're new to us, go back and you can find the episodes where I actually paint these ships, right? So we're going to have, John's going to show you.
You're going to start with the
We've
ship.
got some pictures.
You start with
We
the ship,
probably, I think we can go to top and bottom now, John, to be fair, because there's stuff I'm going to want to show them.
Okay. Did you want the ship up?
Oh yeah, there we go.
There it is.
It's a bit dusty. That I should have dusted it before you super enlarged that photo to a ridiculous size. And now my OCD is scratching. So get rid of that quickly, right? Oh, scratchy brain.
It's a beauty.
Yeah, that's better.
It's here in front of us.
But we are
and
going to
is
make it a
gorgeous.
bit smaller that for while we're streaming. Aren't we,
yeah,
John?
yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So
proper.
this is all for one person. You're going to get a torrent, a magnetised base, and the bespoke dial cover that goes with it.
Ooh.
You're going to get the ship tiles. You're going to get all the cards that come in the pack. You're going to get the actual FFG movement dial too.
Really?
So this is a big deal, and it is a famous thing as it's seen on that. And John's going to give me top and bottom.
Incredibly important in a game at the minute.
Mark, you beautiful man, you missed me last week. Last week we gave away another Thai striker, and I did it just because I wanted you to have a second chance at winning it, and you weren't on, Mark. Gutted. Right, so these are the ones. You remember these. My focus point's kind of down here now.
Torrent is big in the game at the minute as well, right?
Torrent's huge in the game.
Absolutely
this is legit.
massive.
Right, it's proper pretty. It's like when you super... You know, if you zoom in on a bit of paper enough, you'll see all the edges are worn. And then this beautiful dial.
Lovely.
Right?
A proper one.
I know it's got the Jedi thing, that's just because I want
Ignore that.
But ignore that. But that's the idea. That's what you're getting. Right. I don't know where to start. What should I start with? That one or that one? That one or that one?
Start with that one, because that one's too good. That's got to go at the end.
That one? No, it's not at the end.
Well,
I'll show you in a bit.
Yeah.
So, Space Wolf, here's where we're at, right? Here's the head. The head's done. Even varnished and everything, right? So you saw most of the head the last time. You can see now I got the glow on the gem.
So for them that weren't watching before, this was...
Oh, I like it. Ask questions.
This
it's
was
good. It's like the chat's actually speaking and I can interact.
This is one of the plain grey
Yeah.
Warhammer
Plain grey,
bobbleheads.
Yeah.
Right.
Hot figure.
So
Hot
this is a
vinyl.
plain grey bobblehead.
Yeah.
Let me show you. So it is let's really let you see what's going on with this, right?
Because that isn't like unbelievable for saying that was just one of the because they come like grey
Right,
plastic
so you
Yeah,
can-
right,
right?
yeah.
I want you to
I
see.
mean, the camera never does them justice.
No, not at all.
Let me just
I've
try
had
and
it in
show
my
you
hand
some of
earlier.
what's going on. So, like, remember, like I'm always using these things, right? So I want you to see like where you can go with those things. You can paint with them. They're pig. Wait till you see the body. Oh my God, Kev saw this, and Kev had a nerdgasm about it. And honestly, do you know what? We'll get there when we get there when it comes to actually selling this or getting this to whoever's going to actually own this. But it's certainly, I've found this so rewarding. I'm going to start painting 40k and Games Workshop stuff on stream as well, right? And I was never ever going to do that.
Yeah, you was very against that initially.
But I think I'm being a bit of an idiot. And this is kind of, you must remember, like I built up quite a big block. It was years and years of not doing it. So I know I'm good. And you like guys are like, oh, your worst stuff's better than what we can do. But I'm actually really, really OCD about what I let people see and what it is. And some of my work that you guys would blow your mind, I won't even show you because I don't think it's good enough.
He's got so much stuff hidden
right?
away that you haven't seen.
Because I
that
don't
he's
think it's
just
good enough.
Stunning, and
Right.
he wouldn't show. Yeah.
So body, we ain't done, right? I'm going to go through it and show you what we're doing. But the body's close, really close.
And
so look at what we would.
This is sculpt, right?
Yeah.
Meant.
It's all resculpt, right? So remember we were working on that leg, and we were working round. And I remember as we were doing it, it's funny. Alex was saying, "Oh my God, you were putting that wash on, and it looked like you were ruining it, and it was too dark, and it was this." But keep working. You get it done. So what have we got to do? I've still got all this detail on this band,
Okay.
and this purity seal. This kneecap is not finished. All of this purity seal and fur detail around here, including this purity seal, we're going to paint in this stream.
Okay. So what
Right.
they're going to do? They're going to come up. Like,
So here's like a
Yeah.
finished purity seal. That's what
gotcha,
they're going to
yeah,
look
so
like.
they should look like
I've
that.
got
And
this
then the
little
minute they-
gem and a little bag.
And then some of these
And then-
teeth on the gun on the front.
Yeah, everything
Yeah.
on the gun and these couple of bits. But other than that, you can see, right? Can you see? You can see, right? I can
Yeah.
actually
Oh, you can see.
that.
Well, you
Wow.
can see the difference between the
First time
purity
in months
seal.
I can see the stream and I don't even have to wear my sunglasses.
Oh,
Nice,
rich.
baseball. Do you know what, Clive? Watch later in the stream. I might even do something that's going to really make it yours because I know no one's going to be able to have this off you. So I might write your name on one of the purity seals.
Sick.
Yeah, I thought it'd be quite sick to do that too. So that's that. That's what we're doing in a minute. And now I've got to show you what I did at home. And you know I got a bit of a thing for big engines, right? And so like before it was all about putting a lot of engines. And then it was engines that are a bit bigger than what I've put them on. So I thought I've got to really up the game now. So I thought I'd take the two biggest engines I could find and I'd strap them to close to one of the smallest things I could
It
find.
sounds
Right?
ridiculous.
Right? Right? And this is where the idea has come from. This was the original idea that next week we're going to build Anakin's pod racer. So are you ready? You ready? I've got to get it at the right height so we get. So in it comes. It's coming in. It's coming in. It's coming in. So this is. It's kind of hard to show you because of it. So let's see if we can show you at the front. So we got the electricity. Yeah, let's turn it right way up. There we go. So we got the electricity right at the front, and we got a set of Gazanti engines,
It's
like
just
a pod
insane.
racer. Okay, let's try and get it on the side for you. Let's get it at the right point where I have my focus set. So this is brass tubing. This is fuse wire. These are super glue lids. And then I've cut down and reshaped the way that the Nabubi works. Now I've even had to bend my flight stand, as you can see. So this was massive engineering project to even get this to balance. Oh yeah, and underneath I did it light, so a bit like an aircraft style thing on the underneath, but like as if it's an actual pod racer. Imagine it low on the table. It looks amazing flying around the table. So these are Gazanti engines cut in half, and they were hollow. And I filled them with blue tack and green stuff. And then these bits were stuck in onto the green stuff, so the ends of super glue lids. And then I built it all, and I put it on, and it just went poof, and it just flopped over. And the magnet was like, oh my God. And I was like, how the hell am I going to do it? So I had to unmake these completely. I had to dig everything out, pull the components apart. And these are hollowed now. It took me hours. These are like a hollow little crisp eggshell. Yeah. Was the only way I could reduce the weight. So this was more of an engineering project than anything else. And then lots of emery paper. I even had to varnish the ball to create it a little bit better. So let's just look there. There it is, man. How cool's that?
Shall we go?
Let's just
show
you quickly.
Let me go that one. Oh no, that's not the one.
That's not the one, John.
No, because that's it's screening.
Oh yeah, on the yellow.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's it anyway. That's the madness that is in my mind. Next week I will teach you how to build Anakins. Look, that's how floppy it is. I need to sand my balls.
Yeah, that's how you have to do it.
Right, so I am going to start painting. And if I need to speak to you specifically, I will speak to you. I present to you, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, this man is known as the holocron of all things Star Wars. Do not lose your opportunity to make the chat go crazy. And let's talk about some stuff.
Let's talk about some stuff.
You've got lots of stuff.
I've got a lot of stuff to talk about, Star Wars. Well, a lot of questions I want to talk to you about what you're painting. Because...
Sorry, you missed it. If you rewind, you'll see I mentioned about the youth and the video about him doing my intro rap. I like it. Hi, Nee. Hey, mate.
Dalton. All right, mate. But, yeah, as I was saying, I've got some questions for you while you're painting along.
Pour moi.
Yeah, pour vous.
Pour vous. Comment tout ça bien?
So, have you watched the Mandalorian trailer?
Oh, so much.
Yeah, many times. Right. Have you? So we watched the original episode 9 trailer, the teaser trailer. Do you know the first one comes out? Ray does a little flippy dip over the thing.
Little flippy dip.
You know,
she skywalks.
Yeah, a little bit. That's right. Yeah,
they freeze it where she's walking in the sky.
Yeah. So, then did you see the D23 trailer that came out later?
Yeah.
So it starts with a bit. It shows you.
It shows you all the original.
Movies leading up to this point.
Yeah. It's not as good as the original teaser.
Well,
I don't think it's as
but
good.
I think it gives us a lot more. So.
Ash.
Yeah.
You and your in-depth analysis. So, be careful because I've been single for a long time.
So, breaking down that trailer and looking at it as what's in it and what I've seen. So like Darth Ray and the Dark Ray thing. Personally, that Dark Ray, what are you saying?
It ain't
what
Dark Ray.
Do you think?
She ain't going to be a bad guy.
No, so are we thinking that dream sequence, much like Luke in the cave on Dagobah?
I'm not exactly sure.
I
think we're going to find out that Ray is Palpatine's daughter.
Well, in the same way that Anakin is Palpatine's son.
Palpatine made her.
Yeah,
and I think maybe the Force visions are her connecting with all the other clones of her he tried to make.
I like this.
And she never worked.
Yes. Because there's that scene.
And if you actually... I'll watch something back. Someone pointed something out to me. If you watch back to Force Awakens where she touches the lightsaber and she's dropped off on Jakku.
Yes.
And you look at the shadows, one's incredibly tall and one's not that tall. So what's to say it weren't Han and Chewie rescuing this little girl clone and dropping her on Jakku? Why'd they even mention? I told you we should have gone back to Jakku.
Yeah. You see, that's very good. I like.
See, Rasta's good with conspiracy, not just pasta.
So, and obviously the Palpatine laugh at the end of the thing, and then a lot of the footage. So they've announced a poster which is Kylo and Rey fighting,
Right.
and they're standing on that thing, and the ocean's running up against it.
Yes, it's on part of the Death Star.
Part of the Death Star, correct. So you can actually see the guns that. Do you know when you jump into the trench run and to get out of the way of the guns, the gun is just off the side.
Right,
where they're fighting. So that is, that's where that is. They're basically back on the trench run where it all started, and that's where that fight's kicking.
Because Kylo's got this weird morbid, I need to be as close to to Grandad as possible.
Yeah, there's a lot that I've seen in there. So also the sand, the bit where they're flying along on the skiff, Poe with 3PO and Finn and everyone else, and they're all flying along on a skiff, and it's like on a sand planet.
Yeah.
I think that's Batuu, where they've built this Disney's Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, right.
That makes a lot of
I'm
sense.
pretty sure that's...
Because there was a lot of
Batuu's gonna
talk is
play
have they gone back to Tatooine?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that Batuu's going to play a huge part in it because of the way that they built these parks that you can go and visit.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to tie it all in. The figure pack
Well,
that they've released there.
hold on, let me
comes
ask
with
you a
certain
question
characters,
quickly.
yeah.
Was Batuu ever part of everything before?
No,
Galaxy's Edge?
Well,
So then why they wouldn't just pluck something out of obscurity? Would they? It'd be stupid.
yeah, well, this is the thing.
Because at that point, why wouldn't they have done Tatooine? Why wouldn't they have done all of that?
Batuu's varied. They were saying Batuu's more jungle than desert. Batuu's very varied. It is jungle and it is desert. But they are mentioning it more and more in all the books and the comics.
Right, so it's becoming more of
Yeah,
the main
and
line.
it's becoming a main thing. So the characters that are there, Doc Ondor and the girl who runs the cantina, I forget her name, they play big parts in the books and the comics that are being written at the minute, and they're tying it into everything Resistance and First Order.
Right.
So the Resistance have built a base there, the First Order are coming, and the latest book, Black Spire Outpost, that's all based there, and that's about Kylo coming, and that's all a lead up to The Force Awakens, I believe. Oh no, what does it lead up to? In fact, that Black Spire Outpost leads up to Episode 9, because it's after the destruction of the Battle of Crate. So that's after Last Jedi.
Right, okay.
So I think Batuu's going to be huge.
What's that mean? Biome?
We know
Time.
no Star Wars planet has more than one biome. So he's saying that it can't have more. So basically, you either have a jungle planet or a snow
they're
planet,
all
or
one type of thing.
yeah. How was my holiday? Wonderful, thank you.
Why can't it?
Well, it can, but most.
They haven't up till now.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Although, if you look into
Who was that? Thank you, Tavern Wars.
if you look into Ryloth, that's got a varied like biome, as it were. Because I've been researching it lately, so there you go. There you go, little one.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think Black Spire and Batuu are going to play a huge part in it. I really do. Maybe they're
Thank
not
you,
that
Lawless.
desert planet, but I definitely think they're going to go there, and I think we're going to see. I want to say that Hondo and Aka's going to be in there.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that'd be
No.
amazing! Ezra rocks up,
Yeah.
and Ahsoka, and it's mental, and everyone
Because-
dies.
Because they've built what do you call it? Animatronic Hondo is on Batuu. When you go there and you visit the parks, there's an
Really?
animatronic
Yeah.
full-size Hondo, and he also turns up in the comic at Black Spire Outpost, like I say, which are all set during the Resistance era. And if you go there, they sell a triple pack of figures that comes with Rey, Chewie, and Hondo. And Rey and Chewie are Episode 9 Rey and Chewie. In there.
Really?
Yes. So I think that's their.
If
all
they
them
tied
together.
Hondo in,
Yeah.
That would be mega.
I think-
it'd just open the door for
And I think that this Doc Ondor in his den of antiquities, which you go and visit there, and when you buy all your trinkets and stuff, I think that's where Maz got the lightsaber from.
Do you reckon?
Yes, because he collects artifacts. So
Well-
I think we're going to see Hondo. I think we're going to see Hondo, and I think Black Spire's going to play a part in it.
Right, so
Will we
if
ever
you
see
remember rightly, we did one of these about that, and what was it? It was him showing me a video and me like going, is this why we got to have him here, John? Yeah.
But so that's what I thought of that. That's my views on
What?
Episode 9, on off that trailer
Is
specifically.
there
I'm
any
breaking it down.
chance that we will see Ahsoka in
Not
episode
not
Well-
in 9. I don't think so. I think Ahsoka is going to be left for telling of the story that's presented to you at the end of Rebels.
Do you reckon?
Where,
Yeah.
basically Ahsoka
So-
gets
She's
Sabine.
turned into such a major character.
Oh, she's
For
so
me-
huge.
for me,
But
It would be stupid to like chuck it away as just popping her into a story
I
that's
don't know,
ending.
because she'd be the perfect one to come back and train Rey.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they said straight. There ain't going to be no more about this storyline. So if you put Ahsoka in there, it's just kind of like.
Well, yeah,
Unless
but no,
we're
there's
getting-
no more of the Skywalker saga. But,
Thank you, Richie.
But she could, she could still be a part across it all. The characters of Star Wars are still gonna be making stuff.
Oh, it'd be amazing if she was in it.
Yeah, I agree.
It'd
yeah,
make it
yeah.
for me.
Oh, it'd be,
I mean, from that first annoying
oh,
character.
Yeah, Clone Wars quite
Awful,
so I
awful
watched
character.
Clone Wars the movie the other day. I remember going to cinema to see it and
Yeah.
walking out of the cinema and going, why the hell did they put that stupid little girl in this film?
Yeah.
And then I remember being at the end of season 2 of
That greatest
Yeah,
line
yeah.
in all of Star Wars, probably.
she's just
Yeah.
she's the best.
Yeah,
she's yeah.
Go on, greatest line in all of Star Wars.
I'm no Jedi.
Yeah. She's just,
Yeah, it's a pretty scene.
yeah.
Especially when you're saying it.
Darth
Yeah.
Vader.
That's such a badass.
And then she rinses him,
Yeah,
which is
she
even
does, she
better.
absolutely does.
Yeah, and look, could fit her in the Mandalorian. I mean, the thing with Ahsoka and Hera and Sabine is we know that they've survived that whole time. They lived through all the
purges
films,
and,
and everything. We know that they survived, so they're open market. They can be in anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Jedi will be called Skywalkers at the end of this film, says Kev. Yeah, maybe.
End of what? S5 gets tears.
End of season 5 gets tears.
What's that? Rebels? There wasn't 5. There's
seasons
4.
Yeah. But you mean season 4, don't you, Death Ring? And yeah, I agree. Unless you mean season 5 of Clone Wars, where she leaves. I hope episode 9 ends with Space Whale, Ex Machina, Ezra, and Ahsoka return with Space Whales and ruin Kylo's day. Yeah, I'm in on that. Yeah, that'd be wicked.
So let's change it. What about the Mandalorian? What we thinking
What
about
do we
that?
know about it?
What do we know?
I don't know.
Are we going to see any mainstream characters? in
Oh
it?
yeah, you know you're gonna get some cameos in there, like.
Do you think?
Yeah, because he's working as a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
So
he's going to brush up against some of the bounty hunters.
yeah,
you
I'd
reckon?
imagine that you'll fill some guild with some of the people that are in the bounty hunters guild in there.
Dengar boss.
Yeah,
possibly.
Greedo,
Yeah,
Dengar,
yeah,
Bosk,
yeah.
Forlom,
Depending
Zuckus.
on time frame and
Yeah.
totally.
If we don't, it's all wrong. If
Yeah.
we don't, they're just missing such
No,
a
they're
good
a little
opportunity.
bit cautious sometimes, aren't they? About
But there's
where they
loads.
put
There's
people.
loads they could touch. They could go with like
Aura Singh.
Aura Singh,
Yeah.
Embo, all the other bounty hunters that were in Rebels and that were in Clone Wars cartoon series.
Yeah.
There's loads of them that
Oh,
were
there's
great.
tons,
And
yeah.
Aura Singh was referenced again in Solo.
Yes, because Thingy killed her.
Yeah.
didn't it?
Oh no, it couldn't because Aura Singh was dead in Solo.
But it
No.
depends. When
No,
did we
you
say
can't.
that the
Aura's dead.
Yeah, but when's the timeline for
It's
Mandalorian?
after
It's
Return of the
after Return
Jedi.
of the
It's
Jedi.
as the
Oh, it's the best time.
yeah, it's showing you the uprise of the
Yeah.
First Order.
Oh, there we
Yeah.
go then. So this is the thing that Disney are focusing on at
Yeah.
the minute. So all the stories, the new canon, a lot of it is the rise of the First Order. So with the First Order, as we know, that's the new bad guy, right? But then you've got the voice of Palpatine, right?
Yeah.
And then that shot in that new trailer of the Star Destroyers, they're not First Order Star Destroyers. They're Imperial Star Destroyers.
Right.
They're
Okay.
two
Right, so
totally different ships.
Do you remember? Do you remember in
The missing fleet. And
in the books?
Yeah, in Aftermath.
in
right.
Aftermath,
Right,
all the
right,
missing
right.
fleets,
Yeah.
all the moths that went. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to hide
I'm
on the
out of
other
this,
side
yeah.
of the galaxy
And
behind
they
the
come
planet.
back.
Yeah,
But have they come back as the Imperials?
yeah. Have
So-
they come back? Are they going to fight the First Order?
Well, I mean, are they? Is the First Order like part of Palpatine's plan?
Yeah.
This is very
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Because Snoke talks about Palpatine like he knows him.
Yeah. I mean, we still haven't really.
Do you know what?
Seen
I'll tell you
about
what.
them,
I'll
have
tell
we?
you what I did. Yeah, here's total left field. Alex showed me something. You know, you get those theory things. How about this? Ray's a spy. Ray's not the good guy. Ray's a plant. And Ray is, if you think about it, and the way it's explained, she's on a planet
Right.
that she can use multiple weapons. She's
Alright.
clearly a
Thank you,
badass
Wookiee
before anyone
Outrider,
gets there.
£20
She can
there.
fly spaceships, although she's never had the opportunity to fly spaceships. Right? She's got all these abilities.
Yeah. What?
And if you notice, it was little things where, where she keeps going, I need to know where your base is. I need to know where your base is with Finn.
Yeah.
And there's certain things where, even the film with Ryan Johnson, where she walks into the throne room and Snoke says, my young apprentice, I knew you wouldn't let me down. And the camera goes away from Kylo and is directly on Rey.
Yeah. Well, but so
Yeah, she's like, I don't like your spanners.
Yeah,
Raise my bay.
But
Don't make her bad.
There is talk of how, or there is books that reference how Rey is and how, like, when she grew up on Jakku and all the crap that she went through being a young kid and growing up, and she learnt to fly ships through emulators. So she had there was like an old broken machine that she trained to fly all different ships on.
Yeah.
That's in one of the books.
She's a sleeper agent, dude.
Yeah, you reckon?
Totally.
Yeah.
She's going to renounce it.
Yeah,
But
look,
she's a
did she
sleeper
really
agent.
fly a spaceship? Lots of crashing.
She's a sleeper agent. I'm telling you.
And
So
then-
you're going to have your heart broken.
Look, so Rattler's saying that Rey's the chosen one and not little Annie. But we know
Nah, she's not.
From the comic books, we know that Annie was created by Palpatine, right?
So was Rey.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so he was the one that kind of created him through the Force in Shmi's belly.
Was it him or was it the other guy that
No,
did
no,
that?
no, it was Palp.
Definitely.
Yeah, it was Palp. It wasn't, what's his name? Darth Plagueis. It was Palp.
No, there was not Plagueis. It was in in the Vader comic.
Yeah, in the Palpatine, it was
There was
him. It was
another
Chancellor
Darth.
Is
Palp.
that canon?
Yeah, the Vader comic
yeah,
is.
All the comics are canon.
Oh, right. So
Yeah.
it actually did happen then.
So yeah. So that's where Anakin's father is Palpatine.
Right. Okay.
So we know that he can create life through the Force.
Yeah.
So as he created Rey,
Right.
that's what that's
Well,
another
yeah,
one that's out
effectively,
there.
yeah.
And has he not been just because in the old stories, cloning became a big thing.
I think Rey's a clone. There was also
Yeah,
stories
there's
where
a big
Palp
thing in
had
cloning
developed how
in the
to
old
make
canon.
Force-sensitive clones.
Yes, exactly,
And they were
yeah.
trying to make a whole Sith army.
Yeah, but you see, like Tavern Wars, Plagueis is one of the better Star Wars books. It was wicked, but it's not canon because they pulled it. They pulled that out of canon, which is such a shame. And I think the reason they pulled that is because they want to change what's in that book. They want Plagueis and Palpatine's relationship to be given on screen and the new stories. I don't think they want it just to be explained in that book like it is and really well. But I think that I don't know. It's a complicated one. Yeah. Sounds like the Force Unleashed. Yeah, but there was all that cloning and stuff in all of it, and they've pulled it from canon, and I slowly think they're bringing that back.
Right. Okay.
So I think there will be a lot of
yeah.
yeah. I think that's what Palpatine's been messing around at, and I think it's all part of his major plan.
Is the Force Unleashed video game canon?
No, it's certainly not.
Bit unpacked.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
with
yeah.
what's his face?
Yeah, pulling Star Killer.
Star Killer.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's the best Star Wars book ever because it answers so many questions, like what sort of midichlorians and how was Anakin conceived. It is a good book, yeah. I agree. It's not the best one though. Shadows of the Empire is the best one. I'm more concerned about what happens to Falcon and Chewbacca than Rey and Kylo. Yeah, a little bit the same. I mean, I'm loving Chewie, and we know that Lando's going to get in the cockpit.
Who made that glorious comment?
What about
Falcon and Chewbacca.
Rattler.
Is it? Yeah, it's true.
Fair. They nearly lost me from the whole franchise when they killed my alter ego.
Yeah. Thank you for the donation.
Who was that? Thank you, Matt. You beautiful, beautiful little Skywalker.
Oh, Matty Coles.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I got from it, from the trailer, like kind of
That's
pulled
quite
a
a
few
lot,
little
yeah.
bits that have been watching it over and over and over and over and over again. And then I've been reading loads of the new canon books because I've read the new Black Spire Outpost. That's brilliant. I've What else did I read the other day? I read 2. Can't remember the other one. Let me tell you. It was that thrilling that I forgot. It's not. It's because I've read so many that I forget their names.
It was 40 Days to Rock Hard Abs, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know. I smashed that. I do 7 minute. Oh, Phasma. I read Phasma. That was good. Phasma was brilliant. So Phasma, who's pretty much really crap character on
You
screen.
like eat books, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I can listen to them on audiobook as well when I'm working, so that helps.
That's really clever.
But Phasma the book, fantastic about her, where she came from. So in the First Order, you know how they've always got the kid. They start with kids, don't they? And they train them up. And Phasma wasn't a child when she joined.
I was about to tell you a fact about Phasma, like as if I was some big I know shit about Phasma. And then I realised it was you that told me.
Yeah.
So I'll just get back to painting.
Yeah, we said this on stream the other day, didn't we? I popped in, and it was
Phasma's armour.
that she wears. You know, she wears the chrome-plated armour.
Yeah.
That armour is made from Palpatine's yacht. His Naboo yacht. Yeah, his favourite yacht. So after the fall of the Empire, this other guy gets it. Hooks. So you know General Hooks' dad, Brenton Hooks.
Brendan Hooks.
Yeah, Brenton Hooks.
Brendan Hooks.
He's like a big wig in starting the First Order. He's one that trains all the kids and that. And he, that thing ends up crashing on the planet where she's from. When she goes back there to murk everyone so no one knows who she is, she gets part of the crashed ship, takes it to this factory and has it turned into the armour and then just wears it.
Oh, okay.
So that is like, I thought that was really cool how they put that in the book. And then the new comics that have just come out, the very latest ones, they're doing the Resistance ones at the minute. There's a Snoke one, which is really good, about him training Kylo. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then there's a Rey one. I don't know if any of you have read the new Rey comic. You might have seen there's a lot of posts being put up about it online. Because at the end of episode 7, when Rey and Chewie go to find Luke, they get in the Falcon, they've got the coordinates, hit hyperspace, and they're off, right? And then we start episode 8 and they turn up on the island with Luke. What happens in between is, you know how the Falcon's all messed up and she'd rerouted the compressor when she was with Han? That gives up on them while they're in hyperspace. So they have to jump out of hyperspace. And they end up on this like junk planet. And they go like looking for these parts. And they end up in a bit of a scuffle. She ends up flying Slave 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that's canon because it's in the comics. So it's like, how did Slave 1 get on this weird junk planet?
Oh, that is weird. Yeah.
Boba's not dead.
Well, this is it. Is the Boba Fett not dead? Or did somebody else get it and take it?
Nah, Boba's not dead, man. Haven't you watched Robot Chicken?
Yeah, it's so good.
It tells you exactly what happens. John, would you be a darling and grab me the mug with the water? Because I'm currently washing my brush in Red Bull.
I'm watching it again the other day. It's when he
Seriously?
falls down there and he's talking to the guard and he's like, man, you would have loved it the most. I was like, chopping him down here. And then I was like, screw you guys, I'm out of here. And I just dumped down there. But before I left, I was like, thermal detonator. And then he starts crying. And he's like,
I watched the whole lot the other day.
so
I hadn't
good.
sat and watched every one before.
I love that.
Man, it was funny.
It's brilliant. You would have loved it the most.
Boba lives.
Yep.
Wookiee Outrider. Double decimators, one Italian nationals.
Yeah, what's all that
What the hell?
about?
Mr. Dalton. Did you see that? I know you two must have had like little... We get all goosebumps about Star Wars. You two just got all goosebumps about double
Decis.
decimators.
Yeah.
Yarp! Look.
So there was some chatter about it online as well about the interactions between it. Supposedly there's quite a lot going on in
Yeah,
there.
there is.
So is it good? Is it worth having?
Yeah, of course
Double
it is.
Decis. Who would
Of
have
course
thought?
it is. At the moment, it is a good list.
Will it stand up to 4? Did it stand up to 4 Nantex?
The
Well,
offspring.
it'd kill 4 Nantex. It'd ruin 4 Nantex.
Really?
Nantex struggle. So,
But I thought Nantex
No,
were like the...
wait, Kev brought round some Nantex, and I've had Nantex at my house for the past 4 days, and I've been experimenting with what them ridiculous things can do. They have a weakness, though, and it's called the Millennium Falcon or anything with a large base. It eats them alive.
Yeah, so large space.
However, I haven't even got close to being beaten by a Jedi. and I'm talking about not running 4, I'm running 2
Really?
and another ship, and they are just ridiculous.
What, 2 Nantex or 2 Jedi?
2 Nantex
2 Nantex.
and another ship. It can be a Beelzebub, it can be a Sith Infiltrator, it can be all sorts of things.
Why don't you just run 4 Nantex then?
You don't need 4 Nantex.
That's
Two,
what you're
two's better.
2's better.
2 and these mates
And
better.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, like Sun Fac is just absolute horse crap. I have never known such a small amount of ships do so much damage in such a compressed amount of time.
Really?
I engaged a Jedi list that once we engaged, 3 turns after we engaged, I'd killed his Y-Wing and both Jedi and hadn't lost anything. 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Not 7 rounds. 3. Engage at range 3, dead, dead, dead. Game over.
Jesus.
Right?
'Cause they
And then they had
just-
no control at all. I was like, you come here,
Yeah,
going there,
yeah.
you're going there,
You're
you're
having
not
no
having a
agility.
shot. It was ridiculous. Oh, you're -1 agility and you're now being shot by a guy without manoeuvre. Now you've got no agility and you just got hit with 4. So take everything. Take your 90-point Anakin off the table or whatever. They're horrible, but big bases will rinse them.
So big base. So
But
Worlds
big
may see a
bases-
bit of a different. You know, we're not. It's just not going to be 4 Nantex, which we thought it was going to be. But it
No,
turns
but
out big
they
base
are.
is the answer.
I do think they are not good for the
No.
game. They are horrible. They even with they
Just off screen there, George.
they are. Thank you, dude. They really are oppressive and not nice for you. I didn't even enjoy doing it to my opponent, let alone being the guy
Well, when
on
they-
that other side of the
Yeah,
table.
when they came in and we were talking about them last Tuesday, it was like, yeah, there's some hatred towards them in the room. I
They're
must
horrible.
admit, people
Horrible,
were really
horrible.
mad about it.
They-
I think more so in the fact that FFG had released them and gone, these are legal for Worlds, have some fun with these. You've
that-
got 3 weeks to Worlds, and it's a 4 ship list that is just ridiculous.
It was. They should never have made a release so quick, so close to Worlds. It's bang out of order.
Yeah, a little
It
bit.
gives a certain percentage of the players their massive head start over
And
everyone
yeah,
else.
and there's no time for an
No,
FAQ before as
Yeah,
well.
and no
so
time
that's-
for us to catch up.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? To catch up with their practice levels, because they would have been practicing with it, and it's just not good for the game. You shouldn't be releasing stuff that heavily skewed.
that's mental. Yeah, I didn't think that they would. But is it because the wave was late?
I don't know. I don't care. They should have just held off at that point. You're
Yeah.
really skewing the World Championships. They are.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you're saying there, look, Death Revived 1991, as is tradition, playtesters get a giant advantage.
Which
Yeah,
is
it's
just nonsense.
ridiculous. That is.
It just shouldn't be
Personally,
allowed.
I
Shouldn't be
brought
allowed
this
to
up with
play.
George. I know not. I shouldn't have an opinion, but
Why shouldn't you?
well, what I mean is I haven't earned an opinion, but I just think that if you are a playtester, why would you be allowed to play in a world championship? You're
I
a
agree.
playtester for the game.
I agree.
That's like insanity.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like surely you'd be barred from playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's or look at that. But a 3-month cooldown period, yes. But why would you let a playtester who's had 6 months with a wave
Yeah, and
before
then,
everyone
and
else,
then bring that
and
wave
then bring it
just-
out
just
3-4
before,
weeks
no,
before?
yeah,
That's
it's not-
insanity.
And it's been like a long time they've had them playtest.
Yeah.
Like months and months and months and months and months.
Yeah, very weird one. That it got me a little bit. I was a little bit. Yeah, 6 months to a year. Jesus.
What's that?
The
They've
play
had
test
them.
about it.
Look, so I've been playing them against Alex at home, practicing with them, and I'm very hard to beat with them. Yeah, and I get how powerful they are, and I get how strong they are. The reason why I get a bit like heated and a bit passionate with my opinions is not because I can't use them. I can use them. I can be that. I can be, and just pick up whatever I want, the most powerful thing. Everyone's got that option. It's more the negative, detrimental effect it have on people that play the game.
Yeah.
So, because not everyone's got that mindset. And in fact, the majority of people you play and the majority of games you play are with people of that mindset or someone who's in that frame of mind at the time. we're not always playing for the final of the World Championships, right? Where we've got to be hyper competitive. So on those off times, the fact they're about, or on those quiet little tournaments at your local store, there's going to be people that are going to have such a bad experience at the table.
That are going to
They'll
go
stop
away from
playing
the game. Yeah.
And the community's already shrunk since
Yeah.
2.0 happened, and anything that shrinks it more scares me. That's
Yeah.
why I get upset about certain things like that.
See, I love in 2.0 how we've got the points readjustments and making things balance. I love that. You know, I'm like, oh my God, this is future-proofing the game that I love, and you're doing a great job by doing this. You put this forward, and it's great, and you really do it. But then to just go, oh yeah, like 3 weeks before Worlds have this, that was just like, what? Why have you done that?
Yeah.
I really didn't understand that. Yeah. So very strange. Yeah,
Well,
I like that 3 to 6 month cooling off period for people to catch up. Yes, agreed.
What did Bobber say?
Yeah, he was saying that you shouldn't be allowed to play if you're a play tester, and Dalton's saying the same. But what Dalton's saying is they should be banned from any major event until 3 months after.
That I agree with.
Yeah, so give them a cooling off period. You ain't gonna kick them out of the game completely because they'll stop play testing. And you need competitive players to play test because that is how you will play test the game.
Yeah, it's a difficult one, isn't it? 'Cause you need the best players to play test, but
yeah,
you don't want to give them an unfair advantage.
I know some of the best players in the world, and I know they'd take a job earning like 30 grand a year, American US dollars, which is bugger all, peanut money, to go and play test as a full-time job.
Yeah,
and
as
give
a
up,
full-time
give
job.
up,
That's
give up
the
competitive
answer,
play.
is that you pay
Yeah.
play testers
Yeah,
to do the job.
but that's not a thing, is it? So.
No.
It's just to have fun with my favourite characters. I think that's the best way to play. Yeah, I like that, Matt.
Who's
do.
that?
Matt.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Matt.
Yeah.
But like, your Jedi are broken.
Yeah, they're
Jedi
amazing.
are broken. Like, so if we do like lots of comparisons, we want something where you love those, so you're happy, but then you got to compensate for the guy that loves his T65 or the guy that loves the Millennium Falcon or loves Boba Fett or loves Darth Vader or whatever. A little bit more balance. They do that. This wave stunk the most of a GW-esque wave where you need to buy it.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
yeah,
you're just
it
not
had
going
that
to be
feeling,
competitive.
and do you know what? It almost had the feeling of, because I know they're gonna FAQ it at a later date and fix it. They're quite happy to release something broken, let it be broken for 6 months, make sure that you have to have it to win in those 6 months,
Yep.
and then go,
We'll fix it now.
We've fixed it now, and it's balanced to everything else. But here comes the next thing, and that's broken. And I'm worried that, because that is the G-Dub mentality, isn't it? You know, they release something crazy,
Break it, then fix it.
break it and then fix it. But you buy it when it's broken and win a tournament, and then they fix it.
Yeah. But there aren't many game systems that don't do that.
No, because that's sales, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I understand business as the next man, and I know how to sell it. But from a tournament point of view, you look at it like, oh, I just know what that is like, and I hope that they don't. Fair enough, do it through regional season or anything. I mean, it's still not fair then, but to do it at Worlds,
It's a difficult one because, I mean, an example is recently in Pokemon where they had a period where they had complete balance.
yes,
None of the players wanted to play
yeah,
because they didn't know what to pick.
yeah, and there wasn't that winning deck.
There wasn't that winning deck, so they all kicked off and nobody wanted to play.
Yeah, they want broken decks.
But unlike a card game, this is a little bit that kind of does get my boat. Unlike a card game, the core of being a good X-Wing player should always be and can be predicated by your ability to fly your ships.
Yeah,
Right?
Yep.
And so regardless of whether there's a clear better list, so if we had complete level playing field, then you start to separate players by the guys that really can fly. When it comes down to pretty much whatever you pick is same sort of power level, so you've all got a fighting chance at it, then it comes down to you predicting your opponent's manoeuvres, flying by like a cigarette paper between the rocks, the exciting bits of X-Wing.
It is difficult
Right, because
you can always pick you can always balance a game by making everything pretty much the same.
The same, but
but
then no
list
one will play.
building is part of any game.
Yeah, no.
So,
But that's where the internet has always killed tournament systems, because list building was a huge part of the game until now the
people pick
internet's
it
come
off
on,
the
and then
internet,
now
yeah.
that's it. You
Yeah,
know,
no,
you
that's
just go, oh well, I'll just play that list because I've just watched it.
It's just one at will.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, should have no releases for 6 months prior to Worlds. Yeah, probably. But then again,
have the releases.
have the
just
release,
don't use
just
them.
make them illegal until the day after Worlds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Still push out the releases.
Yeah,
There's
no.
they ain't gonna stop that mechanism. You know, they've got years tied up already.
You know,
haven't
they've got an app now where they could put worlds lists. on
yeah,
there.
you could. Yeah, that's right.
Easy.
Yeah.
I mean, they could.
Yeah, it don't have to be hyperspace format. It could be
Yeah.
worlds format.
World's
World
format. Yeah.
And it will just have it all on there, what they're allowing, what
Yeah.
they're not.
Oh,
Yeah.
mate. Yeah.
And they could fix it tomorrow if they wanted to as well. You know.
But the problem is, they've already announced what the format is.
Yeah.
That's coming up nice, George.
See, we're getting that bit of whitey fur and the browns. So just working up through the whites, put a bit of yellow in the mix as well, just because I've learnt by watching Bob Ross, basically, and mix every colour in the palette together and end up with the right colour. Yep. Honestly,
Just be brown.
what are you talking about? What colour do you paint a mountain, John?
Yeah.
What colour would you mix?
Brown.
No, rubbish. You need some crimson, right, and a bit of titanium white. Make a nice pink. That's how you paint a mountain, John, and it looks bloody perfect as well. I'm coming back. I'm just mixing paint.
The shape of the body on this bobblehead.
Yeah.
They should make them smaller so they fit on GW bases.
Somebody else has told us that.
That
to
army
me.
would be sick.
Yeah.
With big heads as well. That'd be well cool.
Yeah.
I bet somebody's 3D printing them. Is a reformed attack wing player, and every time someone complains about a broken X-wing combo, he just starts laughing and telling us about the idiocy in that game. Yeah, I've heard stories about that. Okay, yeah. Bob Ross is the boss. He is indeed.
I watch so much Bob Ross. It's like my go-to thing on Netflix when we eat.
Really?
Oh, it's the best. And like I can call what he's going to do, and we take bets on whether there's going to be the tree there. Is he going to put the house in? Are we doing another happy winter scene? Yeah, some phthalo blue. Some phthalo blue. Thank you that we've actually got people in the chat today that get my cultural references. Because last episode, I pretty much tried to be Bob Ross, and only Kay picked up on it. I was smacking the devil out of me brushes. I had some little doers, and no one noticed the thing I was saying.
Dalton's sending us stuff, he says.
Does he? Who's he send it?
Nantex. Some painting pickies. There should be.
Lee, I need. Have you got any of the
sales.
new Thai silencers and T65s in your for sailing box thing? Because I had an idea of something to do with Thai silencer wings on Nantex.
Oh, Nantex.
Yeah, to match my my infiltrator. Do you remember the infiltrator I did?
Yeah.
Imagine little mini
George has
ones.
seen that actually, that game.
What with the aeroplanes?
Yeah.
Lee, I saw your photos
The
of
Aeronautica.
the
Aeronautica.
Orc planes. They're really good, mate. That you've done there. Really nice job.
Jags has bought a ton of it.
Jags buys everything, dude.
He really has been very excited for Aeronautica, though.
It does look quite cool.
Yeah, Lester was saying it's like Wings of Glory.
Is it?
Yeah, because you've got altitude and stuff,
Right. Okay.
and that affects how you attack.
Like
Like, so
that.
if you're at different altitudes, you like plus and minus.
Okay.
It seems good.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are playing it. Lester says it's not too like serious. Says it's just a game like beer and pretzels kind of thing. But I'll give it a go. We'll have a game. We've got a store copy, ain't we? So we can have I can have a dabble.
Yeah.
Perhaps have a play.
Just need James to build
Paint-
it. James,
yeah.
if you're watching, build it.
Yeah, James, get your finger out.
Come, mate. What are you doing? Painting your
Why not?
trainers.
Yeah, stop painting trainers.
Paint
And
that, mate.
paint up all our models.
Right. Also, we've got a bit of exciting news. I've heard, Ash.
What's that?
Should we do the news?
Oh, we have got news. Yeah, that's why I'm back. I've come to tell you some news. it is our veterans tournament
In November.
in November. Well done, thank you very
Yeah.
much.
9th in
So
November.
the
9th,
confirmed
10th.
dates is the 9th and the 10th of November. It is a 2-day event.
2 days, and
One
tell me the
event.
format. Wagwan, John.
So it's first day.
He's making it up on the spot.
Yeah, I am.
First day is tiddlywinks.
First day, rock paper scissors.
Yeah,
No. Rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock.
Yeah.
All right.
Because it's
Geeks.
the updated
Yeah,
version.
yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, because what is it like? Lizard bites Spock and poisons him. Spock writes a paper on Lizard and disproves it. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, it's important. You've got to have it. And Sheldon knows the rules.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, failing that, it'll be
X-wing.
X-wing, 5 rounds.
Yeah.
Our normal, and then on the Sunday.
Is it
will be-
hyperspace or is it
That'd
extended?
be extended.
It's extended.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. Extended.
And then on the Sunday will be a top 8 cut.
Okay. So first day, 40 players,
The 40 veterans,
40 vets.
which we've only got 34 at the moment.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. Get to that in a minute.
Keep tuned, everybody.
We'll get to that bit.
Even off camera, you can just smell his hideousness. Right? He even ruins words
Yeah,
with his.
I thought
With
that was
his
quite a good segue.
Yeah,
with
it's
his-
good. It's good.
if anyone's ever
Segway,
watched the last,
segway, that
the
was the
last
word.
Not Sedgway.
night at the
yeah.
museum when Lancelot's face is melting, that's what John looks like.
I can't remember that bit.
Yeah,
Oh, because he's wax. Yeah.
His, all his nose
Yeah,
is dripping. Yeah.
So, 40 players,
Which we've only got 34 at the moment.
5 rounds,
Yeah.
and then the next day, the Sunday, top 8.
But
But,
there will also be a side tournament.
Yeah.
yes, for the other
So
32
on
players.
the Sunday, top
32.
8 for the top 8. Then there'll be another little mini tournament, so all of you come back and we'll just play some games and have a laugh. Then there'll also be, because we'll confirm we're going to do something where we can have some food.
Yeah.
We'll be able to watch the final on the big monitors in the screen. It's going to be a proper party for all 40 of you. So
Yeah.
Because you've earned it.
we'll nail down the details. We'll nail down the prices because we're going to be including loads of grub, especially on the second day. And that'll be really where your money's going to, is covering those
We
costs.
may even throw the doors open to everybody to turn up in the last round.
Right.
We don't really want everybody turning up too much before that, but in the last round we might open the doors up and say come down, and then we'll party a little bit afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh, party.
sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
It's going to be really, really good. It's going to be a really good weekend.
Yeah.
Regardless of who wins, who loses, we're all going to get to eat together. We're going to have a big party, 40 lunatics at Nando's or whatever, at Weatherspoons, whatever. The date was the 9th and 10th of November. John, you beautiful man. Those dates are my long weekend. No need to swap. I'm off.
Get the fuck in. That's what he said, but not in like that.
Like,
Swear jar.
how many shows and I've had one bad swear?
But they
He's
wouldn't
back
even heard me.
instantly. Oh, what they didn't want to
I-
see.
I-
Just
I-
Come on, out.
look at Random
Right.
Haney's WW. I love that.
Yeah, Weekend Warlords, isn't it? I've got one of them. I did
You
that.
can all do that
Yeah,
if
we
you
can do that.
subscribe.
Oh, it'd be like that.
Booked it off already, so hyped. Right, so 30. What did it say? 4.
We've got at the moment, and
So-
they've been voting
Yes.
on the last 6 players.
What did you do now?
Swore again.
Did you fart?
No, I fart. No, I swore. Right, so yeah, 34.
And
Leaving 6.
We need 6 more.
Well, how will we pick 6 players?
Well, it just so happens.
But John, how will we pick 6?
Honestly, the QVC thing's crap. Right? Cut it out, okay? This is like a street production. I'm cutting edge. I'm so down with the kids. I'm like under their shoes.
Yeah.
Right? Stop it. You're ruining my reputation
kids not like
with
it?
this, like, I don't know, what are you meant to be? Are you like that daytime television married couple, Eamon and Ruth?
Yeah.
Right? You're clearly Eamon. Punching well above your weight with Ash.
Oh, no.
Right. So I'll tell you for them at home who want to know.
At home,
At home.
do you know we've got international viewers? Can you please try and speak in a language?
They just have to
they'll
get used to it as the way I talk.
understand?
Exactly.
It's Loughborough. Everything's got an A on the end.
Hey,
Loughborough.
So,
For your lasagna.
right? So, those 6 people will be chosen or have been chosen by our veterans.
They have, indeed. And they've
In
been
a vote.
voting all week long.
Yeah, all week, even 2 weeks, I'd say.
It's been really hard work.
Yeah. And would you like to know those 6 people? Because
No.
I'm going to tell them you.
No, I'm not
John,
interested.
you've bloody lost it.
I haven't. I've just refreshed it. It's
You
all
big
right. It's all
plonker.
right. Just to make sure that we're still right.
Okay, so the people that have made it in are Josh Salty Mills. Well done,
Well
Josh.
This is in no particular,
no particular order. Mark Ward, the Terminator himself.
Yay! And yay for Josh. Sorry,
Yeah,
I was
yeah, yeah,
concentrating.
The guy that's got a damn good chance of winning it,
Simeon Delapina.
Mr. Jake Bale.
Yeah,
damn right. Everybody's favourite opponent, Rich Campsall.
Yay! And he can see now.
And he can see. You know it.
Oh, he's going to be devastated.
It'll be crap now, he can see.
He won a tournament when he was blind.
Yeah, I know.
What does that say about his opponents?
I know.
Losers.
And that leaves 2 more spots.
It does.
Well,
And,
you can't have a veterans tournament without these 2 boys. So it's Henry, me, and Vivek Palmer.
Go on, rude boys.
Yeah, you know it.
Yes, Way. Yes,
Way, Rich,
Jake.
You're in. Vivek, Henry, Rich, Jake, Mark, Josh. You are the 6.
and it was very close.
And it was so close. It was like
the
1 vote in it.
7th
yeah.
place.
Yeah, very, very close. If anybody should drop out,
Which I suspect
Right,
we
so
won't get the full
what we
forward.
will say is in 7th and in 8th spot was
Yeah.
Jess
and
and Clive.
5.
So what we will do, and we won't go through the rest as we go down the list, but we will be contacting all the original, whatever it was,
Members.
34,
Members,
or whatever it is, the original 34 that have got their
34.
coins. We'll check with them whether they can come. So if any of them don't come, we do want to have the full 40, then we'll drop down those rankings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all reserve players
Yeah.
if they're happy to be reserve players.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So yes, and all for it, we will be doing our best to stream that on every possible format and level, and we'll get James roving about.
So you got a total list of all
Total-
the players?
Total list.
Yeah,
Would you
list.
like to see a total
Yeah,
list?
yeah, on a list. You ain't done it, have you?
No,
Not of all
you-
these chomps.
No, no, not all these chumps.
Oh,
all
really?
these chumps. Nice.
I know, I love you all, really.
He doesn't. You should have seen what he wrote on the bathroom wall about you all. It's true though.
Yeah, totally. Oh.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, it's all right. John's working his magic. Press Control Alternate Delete until it does what you want.
Alternate.
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 Like the band. Alternate.
Got banned.
Alternate.
Were they a band?
Yeah, rave band.
You just
Back in the
made-
day.
You just made them up.
Yeah.
No,
just
I
made
did
them up.
not.
Yeah.
You don't know nothing. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Right, we're going to get you the list of all 40. It's going to be great.
Once I can work
Has the
internet.
date been decided yet? November's fast approaching.
Who asked
It's
that?
just
Listen, Pie. Right.
Go back to sleep.
Number 1, it's
You've got
all
me
over the vets page. Number 2, we've said it like 5 times now in the past 10 minutes. Get the meat and potatoes out of your Birmingham cloth ear holes. All right?
You
Sorry.
numpty.
Rasta Maice. All the love.
Here we go. We're back.
We're back.
We're back. We've got it. He's clicking it.
Is that it? Is that a list?
Oh, it looks like one.
Pie, the dates, it's the 4th and 5th
No,
of
it's
February,
not.
and it's being held in Dark Star, mate, down in London. You go down there and they'll give you a special prize.
Kicking the arse.
Yeah.
I'd cry, but it might bugger up my surgery. Oh, Rich.
Aww.
I'm so glad that you made it, mate. I really am. I can tell you who's made the list. Anyway, John, I've got them all memorised.
Have you? No, you haven't.
I know that George has made it, and Sim's made it.
I don't know.
Who else won one?
Dave.
Dave. Oh yeah, Dave Amos. Yeah, he's
Give me
got
1
one.
second. Stop guessing.
Bengal.
Bengal
like
got
it when
one.
you guess,
Bengal
right?
got one. Who's made it on MOV? Yeah, because some made it on MOV, didn't they?
Kev.
The Wookiee made it.
Kev made it big
Yeah,
time.
Big time. We're really
Here they
struggling.
are, here they
Here
are,
we
here they
are.
are,
Here
here
we
they
are.
are.
So
There
that
you
is
go.
that it with the MOVers?
That's everything with the winners and the MOVers.
Right. All right. Get ready. I'm going to shout you the list.
He's going to just shout 40 names at you.
Yeah, I'm just going to bang them out there. Right.
All 40 of these people, bar one or two, are better looking than John. Just for the record.
All of them.
Oh.
That's all right. I still know what his name is.
I know one person that I don't think will turn up.
Who?
Is the guy from Austria, a cowboy, Vienna cowboy.
Oh, I like him. He brought us that crazy ass booze.
He brought me a wicked jacket as well,
Yeah,
man.
He brought us a CD of music as well.
He did.
did.
That was some good ass music. It
A
was.
CD of
Christian,
music.
that's his name.
Yeah,
I
it was
can't pronounce that.
traditional music from his country,
Yeah,
from Austria.
from Austria. Yeah,
It
it
was
was a lot of feudal hopping, doodle bopping.
Umpar music.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah, it was. That was
It was
it.
amazing.
Right, are you ready? Virgil Jowett.
Yep.
Yep, he made it. Johnny Cannon, Jamie Bradley, Kevin Bellamy, Ben Cox, Laszlo, Callum Patterson, James Andrew Finlayson, Ian Wardle, Charles Burkhold, Luke Fishy Townsend, Adam Pye Jones, Marcus Wilson, Shane Hibbard, Nick Bond, John Bamford, Miles Stevenson, Jeff Ball, Christian Umper.
Gomplom Teke or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, gone. Loads of them are
Cox.
silent.
He's gone played Tekken.
Yeah.
That's what we're calling him.
But he was a top man.
He's a proper
Yeah.
nice bloke.
Alessandro Holy Willy.
I can't believe you said it. Oh, you're a bad man.
What?
And it's been running around in my head. Come to my mouth.
Don't
I
say it.
swallowed it back down. And what'd you do? You go and tell everyone he's got a famale in Pilino.
I come in for
All the Italians, you'll
I come in for
understand
5
that.
minutes yesterday, last week. That was the first thing you told me. Lewis Wibham, Simeon Delafina, Tim Marsden, Ashok Hemmings, Dave Amos, Rasta Maice.
Who?
Steve Theobald, Lee Taylor, Jaguar, Dave Pontin, Ian Fabio, Kafka, Alex the Bruce, Matt Coles, Matt Vickery, Vivek Palmer, Rich Cancel, Jake Bale, Mark Ward, Josh Salty Mills, and Henry Mee. All of them. That is it. That is the list.
That is the list,
That is
yeah.
the Veterans Tournament
Yeah.
that we have been building to for a whole year. Oh, I love that comment that's just come up on stream. Anyone book Worlds with Thomas Cook? That's so bad. What if you have booked your seat with Thomas
I
Cook?
don't know.
You're buggered. I just thought about that. Kev, I hope you watching.
No, we're
Booker?
not. We're not booked with Thomas Cook. We don't. It's not holiday, is it? We just book flights.
Yeah, I know, but other people use their planes, don't they?
They're stupid then, aren't they? They obviously don't know how the internet works. The internet works like this: is you get your mate to do it.
Yeah, you get Kev to do it.
Get your mate, yeah. Because I can't do it.
No. It's going to be a great weekend. It is Captain Rex, and I'm sure you'll be here as well, won't you?
Captain Rex will be here.
Yeah, he
Or
will.
I will go and get him
Yeah.
if I have to.
Who's Shogun's 89?
That's Josh Salty Mills.
Is that the Salty? Salty, you're in, mate. You're in. I will take pleasure in losing each and every one of them. You ain't going to play them all, Rich. How long do you think this tournament is? Jesus. It's good. It's good. You book through Thomas Cook. Yeah, dearie me.
Who booked through Thomas Court?
Your mate books through Thomas Cook.
Who's my mate?
I don't know.
What? Who's casting shade at me?
Boba Fred, 7.
He knows the Wookiee as well.
Yeah, does that?
He knows what Wookiees do when they get upset.
Yeah, that's it. So if you go to our Weekend Warlords X-Wing group Facebook page, you can now see the full list of players.
It is.
It's very exciting.
It is very exciting.
Very, very exciting. Now let's talk about our next tournament prior to this, because that's in when? November.
That's
We'll just
November.
discuss that. So October's first, isn't it? That's the next one.
October's is World's warm-up.
World warm-up tournament. So 1 week before usual.
Yep.
First week end of the month.
Yeah.
Both are
Saturday and Sunday.
extended, right?
I
both days.
believe so.
Yeah, because it's the same as World's format, right?
Yeah, World's format because
Yeah.
it's World's warm-up.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It does, doesn't it?
It
I'm
does.
well smart, mate.
Debatable.
I am.
Debatable, mate.
So that's October
Well,
the
it's
5th,
called
6th.
October World's Prep.
You might-
Extended tournament. Yep. they're the
Pretty,
ones.
yes.
So a double
Clever.
header is a World's Prep tournament.
World's Prep tournament. So come and join us. The tickets are available now.
They're
online.
They're online. If you go to Weekend World's Facebook page and go to our events.
You need to go to www.weekendwarlords.co.uk and you can buy tickets there.
You can.
Yeah.
Or you just go weekendwarlords.co.uk.
No, you have to put the www in.
You don't anymore.
You do.
They don't. You don't. It's so everywhere that it just knows it. They've got rid of the multiple,
I'm
three
not having
layers
it.
of the world.
yeah,
world
yeah.
web.
You got through the first layer.
Yeah, so there's not 4 layers anymore. There's only just one.
There's just one
Yeah.
layer.
You used to have to press the buttons to get through.
And there was.
There was.
Tried a 4-round tournament this weekend. I'm really not up for that. Has left proper on my arse and feeling like a badger's arse. Doddy. Oh, Doddy. Why? What's wrong with 4-round tournament?
Because he's not well at the
Oh, you
moment,
poorly
Dudley.
boy?
Yeah, no,
Oh, there you
Dudley's
go,
not well at
mate.
the moment.
Oh, fair enough.
Weekend World's warm-up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
The 4W. Not the 3W, it's the 4W. We've got one better than the internet.
We are better than the internet.
Yeah.
We are the internet. So will you highlight all the leather? Up? It won't be as light as the the hair.
No. Still, I'm like, it's all browns, obviously,
Yeah.
I'm working on. But no, nowhere near. I certainly won't put any yellow in it, and I won't put any white in it. But yeah, I'm kind of just painting interest at the moment with this. So I'm not always just highlighting. I'm kind of almost painting patterns with each colour, and it adds interest to the piece, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, it draws the eye in as well, doesn't it? And it's got all these highlights as well.
Rich trying to get
Texture.
going to try and get his other eye done before November so he can see.
Kev plays with one eye.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
And he's lethal.
I've got a laser somewhere.
Yeah, I've got one in my Legion bag. I'll
Yeah,
do it.
yeah.
Got one of them line lasers.
Do you think it'd be powerful?
I got a cocktail stick and a bag of marbles.
Got
If you want, do it the budget version.
cocktail stick and a bag of marbles.
Yep. And he can be like the guy from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. That'd be wicked. Do that.
Honestly.
Spend a week on my honeymoon, then vet tournament the day after I come home. Nice, indeed, Pie.
Is Pie getting married?
Yeah. And he was stressing about tournament being while he was away.
It don't matter because Pie's going to be absolutely hopeless because, like a boxer, you should
Hold on to it.
yes, you should not. You should refrain from any amorous activities.
Any extracurricular
Is
activities.
that why you're so good, George?
I'm so good, mate. So good. You're going to get a punch in the face for that. Even if I have to get a ladder, you know it's got to hurt as well. I'm one of the best X-Wing players in the world at the moment. Honestly.
It's like Hercules in his hair.
You need to,
No,
yeah, you need
Hercules
to,
in his hair.
you
Oh,
need
was
to
it?
save that.
Samson.
Samson.
Yeah. That's what
Yeah.
happened to Samson.
Yeah, good old Hercules and his hair. What you mean? Oh, sorry, wasn't it
What you been
Hercules and his golden fleece? Wasn't it?
So got
No.
that.
Or was it Hercules and his magical hammer?
Yeah, that's the one.
All blurs off.
And his
for a
Iron
while.
Man suit. Talking about Star Wars again. Let's get back on Star Wars. Have you managed to see Resistance yet? The cartoon Resistance.
Look at Captain Rex. He's clearly saying
That's right, because he's
a
getting,
player.
Yeah, he's getting it all.
Captain Rex.
Yeah.
He's got like a 1970s Ford console pimped, flat on the ground. His number plate is MUF DVR. He's got those little balls you have around a sofa. And he's got hydraulics. And they're like, oh my gosh, have you seen Captain Rex the Love God? In his car that goes up and down. And it goes up and down with the hydraulics as well. But even when it's parked, it's always going up and down, that car. See, that's how he gets them in the Shire. All the little hobbits, they hear the rumble of a straight 4, a 1.6. And they're like, oh.
Razor's Crest X-Wing scale if you want. What's that? Razor's Crest.
Rasta, I can send you a copy of the Razor Crest. Who was that? Scroll down.
No, Stories Gaming.
Got it.
Yeah, man, send me. Can I have like 18? Because I want the engines. Just one's fine. I love you, please, bro. Please, that'd be amazing.
So, yeah, have you seen the Resistance cartoon yet?
No.
No.
Still not seen it, dude.
So, I struggled through most season 1. I've got to admit, I was not that
I haven't heard.
taken to it.
Yeah, lots of good things about
But
season
it ends
1.
really, really well. Like, last 2 episodes are fantastic. And the trailer for season 2 looks incredible. Like, really, and it is only season 2. They're not doing any more. That's the end of it. And it is a tie-up story, so it's based before Force Awakens.
Yeah.
So yeah, it could be a good one.
I mean, it's like the Clone Wars. There was some real dross.
There's some dross.
But you had to persist with it because
to get the good stuff.
The good stuff did come.
Yeah.
I think I tailed off towards the end of Clone Wars, and I'm not sure I can really remember even where it
I don't know,
gets
the bit
left
with
up.
Ahsoka when she was
leaving the
she
order.
left the order.
Yeah,
Just
that's
amazing.
very good. Yeah, it is good, and they're bringing the Clone Wars back as well, aren't they? So we're getting more Clone Wars, so that's good. And then we're getting an Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
Are we?
Yes, been announced. Ewan McGregor came out on stage at D23 and said yes. So that's happening. We're getting the Cassian Andor TV series with the same actor who played him.
I quite, that would be quite good.
So initially, when that film was announced, Rogue One, and they announced that Cassian was Cassian, I was at Thing and seen him. I was a bit like, I don't like this guy.
I don't like him.
No, I was like, I really don't like this guy. I don't think they've cast the right person in this place to, as the character that he was going to play. But after the film, I really like him.
Yeah,
I thought he was brilliant, especially when he stabbed up that guy.
Yeah,
I thought it was cool.
Because the thing was, he was a bit clean cut.
Yeah.
But he was forced into that role, and you could see that he didn't really want to be that person.
Yeah.
But he was forced to be that person.
Yeah.
And that was kind of cool.
I love Rogue One.
Yeah.
I think all the
amazing,
characters in Rogue One are just perfect. Anyone getting Disney Plus? We would love to get Disney Plus. I've signed up for the announcement of when I'm allowed to pre-order it.
You ain't getting it anytime soon, I tell you.
Well, and it's gone up for pre-order to the Americans yesterday.
The UK market is not going to get it. Not this side of Christmas.
Do you think so?
No.
It will really damage them if they don't release it.
I know. Everybody else will get it, but we won't.
If we don't get it, then
there's
it's
still a contract for Disney in this country.
Is that what it is coming down to?
Yeah.
Or what, have Sky got the contract?
Yeah, and Dalton saying May 2020, look.
May. Ugh. Yeah. So if we do not get it until May 2020, The Mandalorian is going to be the most pirated show.
When's The Mandalorian out?
On the release day.
Which is
November 19th, 20th or something.
Damn, not while I'm in World, so I could just watch it in my hotel.
Yeah. Apparently it's going on Virgin Media next year.
I ain't got that either.
I have.
Be round your ass then.
I mean, you will get it because even if Disney Plus doesn't come to the UK, they'll sell it.
Oh, of course.
To somebody in the UK.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, but it will be, if they don't release it straight away, it will be the most pirated programme ever.
Only by us.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Wookie. Love you, bro.
It is, but I mean, Disney Plus has been announced everywhere else.
But the UK, I know, well, it's so random, and that's down to the fact that there's already a contract.
Yeah.
There we go then. coming to a torrent near you before Christmas. You know it.
Yeah.
What's this? What torrent?
It's called,
Like
it's called
download
VPN.
torrents.
It's
Yeah.
called VPN. You just put it on a computer and watch it.
Yeah.
Visible panty line.
No, that'd be
VPL. So, it's my dyslexia.
It's like Breaking Bad. That never got aired over here, but it
Breaking-
became an absolute smash hit because of piracy.
Yeah.
All the old shows did, and in fact, before there were these streaming services like Netflix and everything, we used to pirate all our programs from America as soon as they were on. So I used to have like Battlestar, everything, all the Joss Whedon programs, so Dollhouse and everything like that. Used to pirate the crap out of them. Lost everything as soon as it was on in America. Next morning, I'd download it, watch it, and then because of that, and because of everyone downloading them, nobody watched them on the TV. They never got any ratings, and they all got cancelled.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened.
Crazy, yeah.
And it wasn't until they released these streaming services like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and stuff that you can actually gauge figures for it.
Yeah, I mean, being able to get things when you want them has improved the reduced the piracy rate.
It's the same way that they've had to change the way that the charts are done for music and everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, like even watching videos on YouTube goes towards the
Well, that's why
UK chart.
people download stuff, because they want things there and then.
Yeah, instant.
Yeah.
You know, these kids that George is so down with, they don't know how to wait for things anymore. Everything's just like bang, touch of a button. I want to watch that. I watch it.
Yeah.
No adverts, no nothing. Just plop.
Yeah.
It's funny that though, but when you want them to go and get a job or like pick up their crap,
It takes
that takes forever.
I know. It took me about 40 minutes to get Nevy brush his teeth this morning.
How old's Evie?
9.
Come and see me in 5 years. Honest.
I know.
I'll be laughing at ya, and you'll be ringing me up, and you'll be like, George, you need to come round.
I need to get away.
And bring some of your mates because Nevy's got a boyfriend,
Oh, no.
and I'm going to kill him, and I don't approve. You wait and see.
Archnin has said Mandalorian is going to be a weekly releases. Well, that's very good. And they're not going to dump the whole thing then?
I don't think they should. I don't think that's cool telly.
What, dumping it all in one go and I can binge it?
I'm kind of. I do like to binge.
Oh, I
have
like
to say,
it.
but-
I'm watching Power. on
No,
Netflix
I
at
think
the
you
minute.
should be
I hate
allowed
it.
to binge after. If there's, I don't know, 10 episodes, 10 weeks, one a week, you're excited, you sit down at the same time, it becomes a thing you do,
Yeah, that's true.
and then you can have them.
Yeah.
But I think they should drip feed you. I don't like where it's like, boom, the whole season's out, and you sit there for 12 hours,
You do.
and you mong
Your
out
eyes
and you
bleed.
miss most of it.
Yeah.
Whereas like you're left at that cliffhanger, and you're like, but I want to know, and it's not like next episode 3 seconds. It's like, and then you talk about it, and you talk with your mates. I think they're missing a trick.
Yeah, because it becomes an event. It
becomes
becomes
more
9
of an
o'clock
event.
Monday night. Boom.
I mean, Game of Thrones was like that. I have
Yeah,
to say.
true,
Yeah, it was
true.
quite good.
What dripped?
I mean,
Yeah. You got to
I
watch
mean,
one a week.
to blow something like that so quickly would be a bit of a shame. I
Yeah,
think.
it'd be absolutely stupid on one day.
But there's that many shows coming to Disney Plus for Star Wars. That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
but then
There's
if
loads.
surely your counter argument isn't an argument, because if
you'll
there's
have
that
enough
many
to watch,
shows,
yeah.
you can watch that, and then we get to see that episode of that we
Yeah.
watched last week, and
Yeah.
you'd be on that tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we watch Cassian.
Yeah,
Now
because
we
none of
watch
them are going to be
Obi-Wan.
like,
Now
oh
we watch-
no, I've got to watch the Obi-Wan series.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
With
It's going to be
Ewan
like,
McGregor playing Obi-Wan.
who do I get to watch now? Who do I get to watch now? That's what it's going to be like. So do you remember I said a minute ago I weren't putting no white? It just basically ignore everything I say because, I'm colourblind. So I need a bit of white. Just a little bit, just for a very tiny little highlight on little bits.
Right, guys, we are at halfway on the torrent subscription. What's not subscription? Stretch goal. That's the word. So keep chucking at it. You want to win it?
They're good boys and girls. Don't worry.
So if we get to 120, we are going to be giving away that dial and shit.
Yeah, so those of you that have just joined us, that's what we're giving away this week. There's a link that pops up every so often if you want to donate.
Yeah. What's that one, John? The overwhelming majority of Disney money comes from their merch these days. They're probably going to take a loss on Disney Plus subs with the silly deals that they're launching it with. Yeah, $7. But that don't care because it's going to be so many toys. Yeah, there will be a lot of toys.
Possibly. I mean, it depends how many people sign up, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
yeah.
if they get 100 million people,
Well,
they're
so
going to take a loss.
This is the genius thing about it, really, is right. So Disney already owns every product that's on it.
Yeah.
So all the Disney movies, the kids ones, you know, like all your Disney princess films and all that thing, all that, they've got that back catalogue just to dump on it.
Yeah.
So you can watch it any time.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to buy it because it's $7 a month, which is, let's face it, it's £5.5, £6, whatever. I mean, I'll quite happily pay a tenner a month for it. I ain't bothered. It's so many households paying that.
Yeah.
And they're not having to fork that much money into making, like they are making new shows for it, but it's the back catalogue that's already on there. So they own all the Star Wars films. Yeah. They've just bought out Fox. They've got all that. Yeah. They've got all the original Disney films. Everything. It's all going to be on there. So everyone's going to want it and pay for it.
They're already
to have that.
big.
Yeah, they've already got a huge
in
depth.
terms of content.
Yeah. So they're sweet. It's not. Yeah. It's Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN for $13 a month. That's mental.
A lot of people talk about Hulu. I've never really seen what's on it.
They have odd series like I believe what's it called is on there, isn't it? Yeah, a lot of Marvel TV shows. They're all going to be on there. Which one? Runaways. I think that's on Hulu.
Right.
It's taken Disney this long to make their own streaming service. Yeah, they've been talking about it for a long time now, haven't they?
Yeah, but I mean, it's investing in the infrastructure and doing it and stuff like that. Why do that when you can just get Netflix to pay you for the rights to make something?
Yes, yeah. You know, and not just that, but I mean, it
is a bit of a gamble.
Yeah, and you just watch how everyone else has been doing it for a few years. You let them run the market, and then you go, right, we'll have some of that.
Thank you there, T2000.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah.
Veterans Mark.
I think the
Veteran coin holder Mark. You know what we should do? I've had an idea, Mark. We should get you 2 veteran coins, and they should be attached to the hub bit of your wheelchair wheels, and then you got spinners.
Oh, sick. Massive.
Weekend Warlords vet spinners. We've got to get him those things where they're always level. Yeah. And he's like pimping it. And we'll get some neons for under his chair. Yeah, totally. And a smoke machine.
Yeah.
So it just looks like he's floating.
Yeah, cool. That'd be cool.
And get Captain Marty to make it bounce.
I love you, Haney. I am single. I'll be in America in a week, and they have light switches, so I really don't care what gender you are anymore. As long as you shave the appropriate areas.
Yeah.
He's absolutely game. Oh man, I'd love to convert you a wheelchair, dude.
The only thing I'm excited for is the casting. I'm not excited for the casting series, but then I didn't like Rogue One.
Young fool! Only know when it's too late. That's because these youngers like Alex keeps trying to argue that the prequels are better than everything prequel. He says everything, the ships, the characters. And I'm like, what? Alex? It's because, like, young Matt is, I think he's 8 3/4,
yeah.
right? That's how old Matt is.
Yeah,
and Alex is 9 5/8, right? These are tiny, tiny little adults that don't know any better yet.
I met Jar Jar was fantastic.
Yeah, I do. I love him. You know I do. Dude, you know me. I'm absolute Star Wars 100%. I read the books, the comics. I love the prequels. But there was a certain period of time, basically the Rebellion era, what they call the Rebellion era, where the Empire and the Rebels are fighting and all the Skywalker saga takes place. And things after Return of the Jedi. If I'm honest, I really like the canon after Return of the Jedi. Before it was non-canon, when it was Legends, that was my favourite time period. So I loved all the Thrawn trilogy and all that. That was my favourite bit. But that is the period. That is Star Wars to me. You know, like Clone Wars is coming to Legion. Great. I should have both armies. I love Legion, but I'm not that excited to have droids and Republic clones on the table as I am to have Empire versus Rebels.
Yeah.
That is what I like. That is my Star Wars. That is the time period that I want.
But some of the battles, right? So that aside, and the stories, some of the battles in the prequels between the clones and the droids, some of the really big
Oh yeah.
were pretty epic.
Oh yeah, like Battle of Genosha and that, and then all the stuff in.
But I
Revenge of the
think a
Sith.
film can only be looked at as its whole. So I agree with you. The effects are better. The ships look better. Some of the Jedi fights are clearly much better because of the CGI and where we're 40 years down the road or 30 years down the road at that point.
And
I agree.
But the story and the
story,
overall
but
is...
when you're playing on the tabletop, are you not just taking a single element of that story?
oh no, I'm living the whole moment.
No,
I'm
what's wrong
breathing.
with you?
I'm
What's wrong
fully
with you? I
drinking
walk
the
up to
cola.
Tesco Express and I force the doors.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my life.
Yeah. I'm living and breathing that era when I'm playing it. I am totally like for the rebellion, trying to shut down the Empire.
I've had road rage where I've instructed
Don't get me
my
wrong,
passenger to switch power to the rear deflector shields as I've dropped gear and up someone's chuff.
I get that, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about
On the game.
a game.
Yeah, and when
in
I
a single moment of a story.
when I am playing with the prequels era stuff, I will be in the zone. What I'm saying is overall, that period of time is more important to me. Like that's why Matt probably isn't bothered by Rogue One because he's more invested in the prequels time.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm more invested in the other.
Yeah.
It's had the same effect with me in X-Wing. The Clone Wars era stuff that's come out. I love that it's out. I love the Nabooby stuff. I love it, and I do. But it doesn't capture my imagination like flying a T-65 at TIE fighters.
So the question is now then that we should actually settle it, and you should fight the clones and the droid armies with the Empire and the Rebels, and see and answer the question: which is better?
Well, because the clones and the battle droids are better, they're obviously newer. They're obviously
but
going to be better on the table. Obviously, duh.
But there's going to be less options for them to start with.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. They're going to binge quite a few releases. I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They were talking about it, and they've got tanks already, haven't they? So.
Maybe we should do it next one.
Yeah. Well, what's strongest at the minute? What do we think?
The
is
new
strongest?
stuff. The Jedi are broken. Nantek are broken.
Yeah,
Jedi
is really good, and swarms from
And what
Separatists are
era is
ridiculous.
Jedi then?
Jedi's Clone Wars.
Prequel.
Yeah, prequel. Yeah, it's all Anakin and Obi-Wan, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you can take Luke Skywalker in an X-Wing. And if
There's
you
your Jedi.
and right, sorry, but
Yeah, that's true.
let me just remind myself. Wasn't he quite good at being a Jedi?
He
was one of the less significant characters, right? They hardly made any films about this guy.
Oh, Skywalker. Yeah, I don't
Luke
think they've mentioned it.
Skywalker.
They might have brought him up in the last film.
In X-Wing, Luke Skywalker, like arguably one of the greatest Jedis ever. Not saying but one of the top 5 Jedis ever. Gotta be.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
If you pay 4 points more than Luke, you get an extra force charge, an extra shield, and a Delta 7 maneuver dial. How's that fair? Sorry, why is Obi-Wan Kenobi that good? You know, it's broken. There's no comparison, unfortunately. But we know in our hearts that Luke could kick Obi's ass if he needed to. Yeah.
Would he?
Yeah.
Would he?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Obi chopped Anakin's legs off.
Obi actually is. He is on.
Obi's probably the most powerful. Right?
He is on. It is a factual thing that Obi has severed more limbs than any other Jedi on record.
Yeah. He is the chopper.
Yeah.
So that is the thing, really. There you go. Prequels versus era. Or what about and then you've got the First Order and Resistance.
Well, yeah. Quite.
What about all the people that are into the prequels? You select your best fighter. Then all the people that are into the originals will select our best fighter, and they have like an Anchorman car park fight. Right? Yeah? No one knows who the fighters are. I've got a couple of people in mind. Right? Right? And they just... do you know what I mean? We could stream it. We could do a poll. Who's going to win?
Yeah. That is Red 5 Luke, though. Still holding out hope for a better rogue leader, Luke, with I6. Yeah, true. And we are...
Never going to happen.
Well, we've got 2 Lukes in Legion. So
What, different?
Yeah, 2 different Lukes. They've got Luke and Jedi Luke in his black outfit.
Yeah, I suppose that does make sense. But then he never flew nothing, did he, when he was Jedi Luke?
Yeah, Return of the Jedi. Start Return of the Jedi, flies back to...
Yeah, but I'm not talking about using it as a taxi.
yeah.
I'm talking about, I get that
Yeah.
obviously at some point he's been on a spaceship, Ash.
Yeah.
But,
He does in the books, he flies a bit.
does he?
Yeah.
Does he do any daring do's?
Oh, yeah. He's known as, like,
Oh.
super duper pilot.
John was watching the screen, full on, and still missed me off camera.
The mission is a success. Oh, that's Streamlabs talking to us. Reward. Wookie Outrider got 2 Gs. How'd
What?
you get 2 Gs?
Really?
2 grand?
Wow, he's lucky. Nobody else came back though.
Because the Wookiee killed them all.
Yeah. Back from me and miss any real good banter last half. No.
Who's that?
Doff revived.
No,
Death
we've been quiet
Death
for half
revived.
now.
Yeah, we've not been talking. We've just been watching George.
We've been
paint
doing
this.
a silent
We
little
ain't
vigil.
told him because he's colourblind. I don't realise it. Just painting the same colour over the same bit for the last hour.
I have been painting the same colour over the last bit for the last hour. What are you talking about?
Every time he puts a bit of white in, I'll put a bit more brown in. Level it out.
Like those guys having the showers.
Yeah,
like
when he's on
thingy
the
bob
top.
bitch. And they're all these muscle twats.
My steroid.
Soap won't go!
Oh man. So you said you're going to paint a bit more 40k.
Yeah, definitely. When is this new Imperial Assault coming, funnily enough, now that you were talking about it?
New
It's next month.
Not Imperial Assault, Legion.
Legion. Yes, they're saying October now, aren't they? End of October.
Yeah.
It was initially 4th of October, but I think they pulled it to the end.
Oh,
Is
really?
it General Grievous, is it? In it?
Yeah.
He's
So
one
the
of
core
the
set
wicked.
is Grievous, Battle Droids,
Obi-Wan.
Droidica, Obi-Wan, clones, and like a weird cloning
And there's
tank.
about 4 different ways to build Grievous, isn't there?
Yes, Grievous is multi-pose. You can have him with his cape, with his 4 arms out, all different.
Yeah,
So,
lots
some
of
people have
different
converted
poses.
him so he's like leaping and it looks really cool.
Well, how have people converted him if they ain't bloody got him yet?
Oh, Yanks picked it up at Gen Con, didn't they?
Oh, of course they did.
Yeah. So, the Americans got it at Gen Con earlier, which was also where people picked up the dewbacks for the Empire. But that was when
That was a dewback,
Yeah, dewbacks.
not a dewback.
Yeah, and then they realised that when they got them home, they'd all been boxed with the wrong base.
Oh, really?
So the dewbacks have been pulled and, they're being reboxed.
Oh, right, okay.
So they should be out by now. They should have released when the the Shore Troopers released.
Right, but they didn't.
Yeah. Ethan, hello. He's watching George. Wave at Ethan. He's back from the hospital.
Who's
Ethan? Alan Barlow's son, Ethan.
Hi, Ethan. Hope you feel better soon, mate. Good to see you out of the hospital.
Oval base dewback equals broken. Yes, Dalton, totally. And that's why they're fixing it. I played Legion on Thursday and got absolutely tabled. It was horrible. Hello, Ethan. Yeah, that's everyone else saying it. Hello. What else we got to talk about, John? What else you got? Info for me. Got anything else intriguing that I've missed? Because I barely... Tell me about the last tournament. So I wasn't here for the last tournament. It was a big one. It was the last...
We had really good turnout.
Yeah.
For those.
Last veterans
It was the
tournament.
last Veterans
right?
tournament. It was really good turnout both days.
Yep.
And it was a double win.
It was a doubler.
Yeah.
Another doubler.
Yeah.
Well, surely it was a Delapina then.
Well, Matt, I have been meaning to tell you. About 20 years ago, I went for a little holiday to the Shire.
Turns out.
Claiming
Sorry.
the Delapina victory.
Ginger beard.
Yeah.
It's all the clue you need, mate.
Yeah.
and you're clearly the best looking in your family.
There you go.
2
the
and
Delapina
2
gene.
equals I'm your dad. Okay, all right, son.
That's how you did the double.
And I didn't abandon you because I didn't love you. It's because I was just like very loose, a loose lover back then, and I didn't even know until recently, where your mother got in touch with me on Tinder. It's all right. I've only recently discovered what Tinder means, so I'm using it now in everyday speak.
We just thought it was for lighting fires.
Yeah, absolutely.
Conversation about Tinder
I
before
was
we came on
searching
air.
for usable Tinder, right? And then boom, it was like, what?
You found a lot of usable
Yeah,
Tinder.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Lit a lot of fires in his loins.
There was a lot of wood. You have to put the wood and then make a Tinder.
Yeah,
and yes,
you made fire.
I make fire.
Yeah, man. So he did the double, right?
Yeah, you did the double.
Matt Skywalker Delapina.
Yeah. He's good lad.
Yeah, man, he
Oh, well
smashed
done.
me up in a final.
Did he?
Yeah, we're having his dice check though next time.
What was he running? Jedi's.
He was running broken dice.
Broken diet.
He was running a wicked list. He was running Ahsoka with Delta 7 no regen. He was running Anakin with Delta 7 regen, and Obi-Wan with CLT nothing. That was it. It was the weirdest list ever, and it just rinsed everyone.
Oh, good lad. And he ran it same both days.
Yeah, and it was like his list that I painted his dial covers. He had been wanting to run this list forever, and he put it on the table because he wanted those 3 characters, which is so cool when someone does that. Over kind of a more tried and tested lists that were out there, so he would have known. Yeah, those ones are really good.
Is that his list? Yeah.
See, I got it.
7B
I got it all right, bro. I got it all right. Anakin had the regen,
and he hadn't played for 3 months. That's the way to do it. That's like our sim does it. Just don't play and then come down here and mash them all up.
It just shows when you're on form, you're on form.
Yeah, well, when you're
And
just
you can really,
good.
Yeah.
When you are a good player, when you understand the mechanics of the game and what a small base moves with a certain template and what each action does and where it'll place you on the board.
Yeah.
And if you have a working knowledge of other people's ships and what their triggers are, and they've got that kind of brain where they see the interactions and the moves before them, that's it. That's the sign of a genius on the board. And there is a few of them out there that can just, wreck face. And it turns out Matt's one of them. Very good. It's the Delapina gene in him.
That's right.
So, if he won the double, who got it? Because he can't have 2 tokens. He ain't Mark Ward.
So he won it on the Saturday.
Yeah.
And he won it on the Sunday.
Yeah.
Which obviously meant that the token went down. It went down about 3 places.
3 or 4 spots, something like that.
Let me just check that.
That one. Press the button. Do the dude.
Is that Sunday, September? That's right.
That's correct. To Mundo, my man.
And it went down.
To Matt Vickery.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It skipped Lewis with him.
Because he already had one.
Delapina. And
it came down to Matt Vickery.
Is that our Paul Smith that came in fifth?
Yeah.
You joking?
Yeah.
Paul Smith was here as well.
Yeah.
Well, bugger me.
And he hadn't played for about a year.
Yeah, I haven't not seen his face for ages.
Oh, no, and he pulled out 4-1.
Mate, he could win worlds if he put his.
If he had an invite.
Yeah, and if he put his mind to
I
it.
mean, he missed out being a veteran.
Yeah.
And he got in on the vote, so he is on reserve.
Well, didn't he win the tournament the week before we started the veterans? I believe he did.
Yeah, basically. It was
I think
when
he did.
He turned up, brought his corset that morning, and then won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did. I remember. So, Matt, that's amazing. So, we've got a Vickery in it. Even better.
Yeah, we have.
Delapina in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one's the Vickery's the Vickery. Yeah, you can't, like, Captain Rex's fertility levels are.
Yeah.
No one could compete with that. So
GT, mate.
it's definitely a Vickery, that one. But the Coles is actually Delapina. I'm going to get.
I'll change that on the system.
I'm going to get him a nice big
Matt
dose of.
Delapina Coles.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. That's how I'd like him down as, please. In fact, just to throw off and I know I've got some American viewers, and you know I love you guys, but I'm talking about the other American viewers. Keep it secret. Let's make every tournament winner for the next season make his surname Delapina, right? And just throw them and start going up in like, all those kids I had in the 80s, they're all coming back to haunt me now.
They've all found out
Yeah, they're all found out. Oh, blimey. Look at them.
It's in the blood.
Yeah. And when we take like the winner's picture, take it, but then Photoshop their head off and a really bad my head. Or an amalgamation of me and Sim.
Yeah. All lined up.
Just do that.
Or just swap, so it goes.
And
like
then,
George Sim,
we'll up the propaganda by making posts on like the UK page and like another Delapina comes out of the woodwork. How many of them can there be? Do you know what I mean?
Get Cambridge Analytica involved.
Do you know what I mean?
Get you voted in.
We should do it. But not talk about it live on stream so everyone knows about it.
Oh, plan.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Foiled again. So if you're going to paint, or talking of painting G-Dog, would you be open to painting some Legion?
Oh yeah, so Lee Dalton is... Wow, you've been sat next to me and you're as bad as pie. Lee Dalton is giving me the corset, which I'm painting.
Excellent.
Which I'm going to paint on stream. So it will be...
Will you have a corset, Ash?
I have loads of corsets. Get some painted.
What, the new ones?
No, I ain't got that. Not yet.
He's after you painting his corset.
No, I've got my... do you know what? I'm actually...
Do you know what? If you want to donate
painting.
a corset for me to paint, I'll paint it. And then I will put it on a stretch go and give it to him. If you want to add the free corset just to help me out a bit in my hard life, I'm totally down with that. Thanks, bro. Thanks.
It's all right, mate.
Cheers, man.
It's
I
all
love
right,
you. Thanks.
mate. It's all right.
Did everyone hear that? Ash is giving me an original corset now,
What
too.
I was going to
Cheers,
say
Ash.
is, why don't you paint a Sabine on camera? Because she'd be hard to paint.
Yeah, well, I mean, the plan is I go through that whole new corset, though.
Oh, okay, that'd be cool. Yeah, because when it's the new release as well, then other people will have it. New.
Yes, and they can paint
And
along.
they can paint along.
This is the idea, and I want to do it more of a tutorial where we paint the whole set.
Yeah,
it's
wicked.
not just one figure.
Yeah.
It'll be like, let's
Well,
work
you
through
can
this.
specialise on certain part of the set.
Yeah, but it's also about trying to use the airbrush a little bit to do bulk.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Rather than
like
just
that. Yeah,
being
painting
super
squads.
fine. Yeah,
I hate painting squads.
exactly. So if I can bulk out all of the bulk colours with an airbrush easily, not super detail,
No,
that anyone could
Tabletop.
follow, and then you go in and affect the end result with the brush as well. That's what I'm looking to try and experiment and do.
Oh, that'd be wicked.
Like,
And would you be open to doing some terrain?
yeah, I would absolutely be open to doing some terrain
Cool.
live on stream, but I
Yeah.
think when we do the terrain, we'd need to take it out there
Yeah.
and
'cause
do
you-
it on the table
Yeah.
stood up.
And showcase some actual modelling of terrain, like scratch building.
Yeah, from scratch. Build
Yeah.
it all from scratch.
Wicked.
Yeah, I love terrain.
Yeah.
Matt is asking, can you do the clones in 212 colours
To go with his Obi-Wan. Yeah, of course.
Okay, well, we can see, Matt. You send me some info.
So the clones that they've announced so far are phase 1, I believe, aren't they? And then they're announcing more phases as they go along. So there'll be multiple different styles of clones. Let me just check that. I might be have dreamt that. FFG, that's their website.
So you notice, right, guys? I'm not going to talk about painting for a minute. I've been using the same like browns the whole way through, and so you can see we've got the darker brown going to the white for the fur, and then we've got the more leathery browns, like the chamois colour almost, on that actual bit of pelt. And then on these purity seals now I'm going up like to white, but not pure white. But so we're using a lot of the same palette, but it's all about quantities of mix. It's really important for you guys to, like, those little things are important. Even when you're working with the same palette next to each other, slightly different highlights, slightly different things. And also it ties things together. You know, when you're working with the same hues.
Yeah, so they are So the ones you get in a box are Phase 1 Clone Troopers. And then they will be releasing Phase 2 Clone Troopers as well. They've already been announced. I thought so. And they're doing Captain Rex as well.
Of course they are. He's a legend.
Yeah. John, am I still the only YouTube member?
Who?
Not me. Clive just asked that.
Yes, you are, Clive, I think.
What's a YouTube member?
But
We've got YouTube subs. And shout out to Clive for being a YouTube member. Clive Paget there.
Yeah. How do you get a YouTube member?
I'll go onto YouTube and
Subscribe.
And join as a member, yeah.
Have I not done that already? I'm a subscriber.
You're a Twitch subscriber, aren't
And
you?
a YouTube Weekend Warlord subscriber.
No, but not a member.
Oh, so it's a member.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what that is.
Well, you have to pay for it.
Oh, do you?
It's like a sub,
It's
but
like
on
a sub.
YouTube.
On YouTube.
So you can effectively sub on YouTube now.
Ah, is that a new thing?
Yeah.
If you pay for an upgraded YouTube, you don't have the adverts and all that, do you? That's what it is. And then I'm sure
really?
that will come with perks.
Well, that's kind of cool then. I hate the bloody adverts.
I need to sort out a rolling ticker for it as well, because part of the perk is that you get your name up on the screen.
Well, that's very cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the Wookiee Outrider is asking exactly the same thing. How do you become a YouTube member? I'm guessing you go to YouTube and click the member button.
Yep, and sign up. There's $1.99, I think, and $4.99 and $22.99.
$22.99. What do
Yeah.
I get for that?
George gives you a special mention.
Dear, what? My own personal video?
Oh no, he just says hi. It gives you like a high five, but live on screen.
Oh, sick.
So honestly, if any of you want to sign up, do we get that 22 quid?
Yeah.
Or percentage.
Right, if any of you want to sign up to the £22 monthly, you are actually invited to my house once a month for a game of X-Wing and a cup of tea.
Oh, wow.
All you got to do is get there.
Yeah, all you got to do is get... Yeah, don't you pick them up?
Nope,
Not for
not for 22 quid. You get Haney. Goes, I'm at the airport in Heathrow.
Yeah.
What?
Come and get me.
Would your car get there, George?
Seriously, you are cruising tonight, mister.
What, are you struggling with your motor?
Seriously, eh? He just likes to
I think it's
insult my
running
car.
all right at the moment. It was struggling at one point.
Mine's golden at the minute, I must admit.
Where has this tirades of personal attacks come from? I like that word.
It's $22.99. If I had the money, I would. As it is, I still panic when the money for my Twitch subs leaves my bank account every month. First class travel? Question mark. Yeah,
What?
first class travel.
You get a first class cup of tea,
Yeah. Oh, would it though?
first class smashing on the other side of an X-Wing
It's
table.
like following on Twitch.
'Cause I'll get
YouTube
Simeon
has
over.
a join button that is like subscribing on Twitch. I am there. I will ship myself tomorrow and save travel costs. Yeah.
Who's that?
Enos.
Oh, Enos.
Yes.
Yeah, cool, man.
Captain Rex, how many cars have you had this year, George? 2.
Only 2 this year. I'm on my second one this year.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and fix the first one because I got a feeling the one I'm in at the moment
May not last.
is French after all. And they haven't got the French when it came to the war.
They like to
Do you know what they used as a Jeep? A 2CV. I mean, it's not renowned for its armour proofing, is it? Yeah? Seriously, you shoot it with a slingshot, it goes straight through it. It's got a little canvas roof, mainly glass. It's never a good tank design. Can they be called cars? Listen, Boba Fred, some of us can't afford these swanky four-ring cars that you and Mr. Dalton drive.
These
Some of
four-wheel
us are poor, starving, struggling artists that have to make do with our father's hand-me-downs as he gets himself a nicer car. I'll have the crappy little French one. But it's better than walking, because if it wasn't for that crappy little car, you guys wouldn't be watching me and listening to my lovely voice and looking at Ash's face and imagining how ugly John is. You know, that wouldn't be happening. You started this tonight, John. I didn't. You didn't. To be fair, I started it about a year ago.
Yeah, we kind of make the raffles for the next couple of weeks something rebel. That way I don't feel bad having to use my Prime subscription myself.
Who's this then?
Death Revive.
Yeah, be kind and make the raffles for the next couple of weeks. That way I don't feel bad. Okay. All right. You want
Something
Rebel?
Rebel?
Rebel's coming. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Or I might
Oh,
even,
we'll
I
get this.
might even be really nice to you and go back to my collection that I was never going to give away and give you a movie A wing and maybe a movie B wing, which I really don't want to go to my B wings because they were so hard to do. Kev like covets them from the first day he ever met me. He was like, if you ever want to sell those B wings, like, no.
We've got to make this stretch goal first, though.
Yeah, come on, guys. Get your fingers in your pockets.
What are we at? 53%, 58%,
Yeah.
58.33%.
They'll do it. They come through at the end. They come through at the end. They don't like to,
Get a
you know.
fancy Rasta made icon next to my name. Been subbed too long.
Who's that?
Okay.
Yeah, they're on 12 months and I need an emoticon for them.
Well, Kev is bringing me the cutouts of Salacious. Thank you, darling. Kev is bringing me like the prototypes for Salacious Crumb tomorrow, so I'll have my drawings back.
Salacious Crumb dial?
Salacious Crumb is the
emoticon for 12 months.
And it will be the emoticon for 12 months.
But it'll be a dial?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a dial too. Yeah.
Oh, I want a Salacious Crumb dial.
Salacious Crumb dial. Oh, and...
That's on the patrons, isn't it?
That's just patrons.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you what your next dial is after Salacious Crumb patrons? Because I've decided. It's going to be a loaf cat.
Yeah, sick.
Because I'm going to do the whole cast of Rebels.
Yeah.
And the only way you'll be able to get a loaf cat is have been a subscriber on Rasta Maice for 6 months. And then, yeah, people like that. Max Rebo will be something I'm certainly looking at for
the whole
future.
band.
But loaf cat next after Salacious, because I've got all my full set of drawings for all of the Rebels for dials and the Inquisitor, Fifth Brother, Seventh Sister, all of that lot, all of like the cast of Rebels basically. So if you want a loaf cat, all you've got to do is be a $2 Patreon to have the right to buy one. If you're a $10, you get a free unpainted one, and if you're a $20, you'd get a painted one. But I think they're all closed up. Decimator pilot dudes, like everyone asked me, I wish the Empire had a little bit of
variety.
I wish they were more like the actual German army and didn't standardise everything, where the Germans were all about this mark, that mark, slightly different. You know, it was too many variants. That's what killed them, really.
I was just hoping for a Cad Bane.
Oh, Cad Bane's a great idea.
Good call.
The problem is, like, with things like that, is doing dial covers of the people that aren't pilots are kind of always at the back of my list, and I get Cad to look amazing. I just limit myself what I can sell. But I will. I had someone today message me about doing Wat Tombor as well. So I've got to go back to the drawing desk because I never know what's going to be any good. And there's, you know, I have in the past designed dials and spent a lot of time and effort and money and have sold one, for example. So I haven't even got close, lost hundreds of pounds on like a single one. So I've always got to be careful what I do draw and what I invest in. And no one knew, I didn't know anyway, that these were going to be good. So now I've got to go home and draw some of these Geonosian bugs.
Yeah.
Because they're clearly going to be...
Ooh, good save. I haven't got it.
That could have been a bad end.
Little bit of wee come out. Oh, I'm drying my helmet, everyone.
That was good.
The whole table just went... The water went... You can't see nothing. It all looks really calm, right? There's paints everywhere.
I reckon if you rewind that and see all our faces like...
Yeah.
It's quite good.
Honestly, a little bit of wee come out. Thank you. Oh, is that Morjan? Is that Morjan hiding in the back?
Following.
Xandu blood as well.
Xanadu.
Xanadu?
Xanadu blood.
Xanadu blood. Hey, Morjan. Morjan's my brethren all the way over from France. I love Morjan. I missed you, brother. I hope to see you again soon.
Clive. It's fine. The wolf's fine.
Your wolf is okay, bro. The wolf, no wolf has been hurt in the filming of this.
See, the good thing about George is when he's painting, he puts his lids back on his paints.
I am very good. So really, all it was clean water.
Yeah.
Would that have been a disaster for you?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. All my paints would have been open that we'd used so far. and that pot of wash would have just been, God,
Yeah.
I'd have been wearing it.
So I was painting today, right? I was painting this. I need to come off screen again. I think as I get later in the evening, I just start doing that.
Bring it back.
It's more than my comfortable position. My comfortable position's like here. So me painting like this, I'm like almost arm's length. It's not kind of comfortable. But anyway, I was painting this today, and I stopped at like 4 because I was like, I'll stop there. Otherwise,
There you are, James. You legend.
I'll stop there because otherwise I won't have enough to do, and I'll run out. I still, after 20 years of doing this, I still don't know how long things take. As you can see, 2 hours, and I ain't even nearly done what I wanted to do. I'm getting there. I am getting there, but I'm still working. Love you, Ulfric.
Puts Ulfric as stream boss.
I'm still working on Ulfric's
Yeah.
Space
Gets the
Marine.
stream boss.
I'm still working on Ulfric's Space Marine. But yeah, look, we can't keep going for hours and hours. I will get this done now at home. You've seen most of it. You've seen like the kind of some of the wet blending I was doing there. I'm going to just highlight this black. We'll get the reds. I'll get the writing, and I'll get the few bits and bobs that are left done. There's still got to be another 3 hours here once I go round and I scribble all the bits. So it's just kind of giving you an idea when you are working at these sort of levels. All right, let's really show you. And we're going for this real beauty. It's going to take you a long time to get them right, guys. I'm sorry, I can't finish it. I'm so good. Let's put. Oh, do you know what?
Put the head.
Let's put the head on. All right.
Wow.
He is getting there. He is certainly starting to get there.
It's just ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Considering what he started out like,
Yeah.
don't worry about that wobble. It's my pen, it stretches it and then it snaps back and it locks over it. It's a little trick I found. So someone that I know is going to own this. There you go, my beauties.
Wow.
Let's kind of stay on. There we go. That's quite a nice shot.
Yeah.
That's quite a nice shot.
That's
We're getting
really
there.
nice, yeah.
Considering we ain't got these done yet, because these are kind of like focal points on the front and the purity seal, and this is not highlighted. And I've got a blue lens here as well that will be highlighted, look like the reflection of his viewfinder. And I've got this little bit on here, and you still ain't got none of the script on this. So it's kind of giving you an idea as you're looking at all that you're missing. But well chuffed. And how much for a 3,000 point army?
I'm here then.
Wow. I don't know, how much is the Space Marine points wise now?
I don't know in the new 40k. I don't know how the points work out. There's power levels, there's points, there's all sorts. I get well lost. Got to be.
Yeah, Archning. I'm converting
points,
against next week, bro.
10-man squad, 300 points. Is that about right?
Yeah, sounds.
And
good.
remember, guys, I ain't got a base yet. Wait till
Usually
this has
it's
got the
200,
base. Right, the base will frame it. I was having this conversation with Kev about what a good base does to a model. It turns it from a model into a piece of art because it's framed. Even though it's only framed on one aspect, you frame it with a base as well. My bases are always black. And the idea is it should be beveled like a Games Workshop base. We did have 3 made, but the guy that made them, I've rejected all 3. The guy that brought them to me was like, I'm really sorry, I got someone to do these for you. And I was like, no, because everything's got to be top quality with these. When these are finished, these are going to be proper competition level. So the bases are coming, and when you see this on the base with the rubble and that to bounce against, it look like something else. So thank you. I really enjoyed painting this. Back next week for some more of this craziness. This is Pod Ricer. Just do that again.
They're really fast pod races.
Really fast.
Yeah,
See
that's
that?
how
Are
they
you
work.
going to paint the other pops on camera?
Yes, I am going to paint. I'm definitely going to paint Legion of the Damned on camera.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I can't
nice flames and
promise.
thing.
I don't see the point of doing the Dark Angels because Legion of the Damned will be black and
Yeah.
the Dark Angels will be black. I've touched on the bronze. That's
Yeah.
going to be like the real accent colour. So there's no point. I don't want to make them sit through because we got so much now.
Dark Angel's green.
No, he's second company Ravenwing, which is black. Sweetheart.
Yeah, drive the motorbike.
Brum, brum, brum.
Yep. I know.
He knows. Make pod racer sounds. Say it wrong. There you go. That's why we're married.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we finish each other's.
See, we
finish each other's
sentences.
that's
sandwiches.
The one. Yeah, sandwiches. Yeah.
We like the original trilogy, but we know the prequels.
Oh, I loved it. I like some of the prequels.
Oh, I like them all, man. I was saying this the other day. I love Phantom Menace. I can sit and watch that film loads. I have sat and watched that film loads.
There's lots of bits. I mean, well, hello there. I mean, there's no cooler Jedi line in all of the films than a Jedi dropping out of the rafters to like a 600-man battle droid army and going, hello there. Right? That's just like going, come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. It's just too good. He is.
It's amazing.
So, Ash.
Mm-hmm. Shall I start the giveaway?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Right, guys. So, giveaway 500 Spondoolies a ticket, unlimited tickets. Extra ticket if you're a subscriber. It's going to go live in a second. And you put exclamation mark, raffle, space, and the number of tickets you'd like.
How many tickets?
Jesus.
What? Say that again.
Right, so...
How many is a ticket?
500 Spondoolies.
Right.
You can buy as many of those tickets, and if you're a sub, you get an extra ticket.
Very good.
Okay. So
and how do you get the ticket? You
type exclamation raffle, space, and the number of tickets. He's not even been watching when he's at home.
I have. I just like to make you tell him again.
And,
so they do
and it's live now. Yeah. And they're already in.
They're on.
They're on. They're boom, boom. Who was 5?
He's in
Tartan James 4. Pump the tickets. Pump it. I want you all to win. Do it. Look at them. They're going mad. I love winning tickets. It's like popcorn. I've got it on the oil. They're going.
Aggressive ticket buy.
Right, and the raffle's closed.
Mine, even when she's watching videos on YouTube, they have these things where it's like 10-second subscribers. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, what's that mean? Is this it? Is this like all the craziness where it all goes nuts?
I don't know. We'll make it up.
What it is generally...
I like it.
The people that perform in this stream, and most of the people that watch in this stream, clearly don't have much going on. And we like to sit, and any little bit of excitement we can get in our otherwise menial and boring lives, Mr. Brooke. We can't all work for the Queen after all. Like
she's
some
selective.
She did. She picked the best of us. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious.
She needed me.
She did. She's made you lose a bit of weight though, isn't she?
Yeah, a lot of weight, mate.
Honestly,
a pound's worth out of you.
Honestly,
oh mate, seriously, she's had a 10 pound.
You know, like when you go like to the carnival or the fair or somewhere like that, and you have those guys with the helium balloons and have the weight. Ash has got half a dozen strings with weights, just fishing weights, just holding him. And it don't completely hold him. That's why he manages to deliver as much as he can. But he's got lighter and lighter and lighter, and a strong breeze now.
If you want to lose weight, go and work for Royal Mail, because it is insane.
Honestly, you get an X-Wing card, and that's Ash's like that. He's gone. That's right. That's right, absolutely.
Yeah, this size difference between you and Rasta when Rasta's
Clive, I think Clive wants one of these. Clive likes a famous ship. I know this much about Clive. So Clive will like the fact this has been a famous ship of sorts. If this was the Sith infiltrator, Clive would be all over. Even more. But he's on it. He's on it at the moment, and you're not having the Sith infiltrator, by the way.
That's not
Ash,
good.
Do you wear shorts in all weathers?
Of course.
Yeah, let's open it up. We'll give you all another 3-4 minutes for your tickets, just to decide.
Some questions about
questions from
I
Ash.
do wear shorts in all weather.
I've got a question for you, Ash. Yep. Are you going to come back and see us again?
Yeah, of course.
When are you coming back, Ash? When are you coming back, Ash?
I should be back next Monday.
What?
Yeah, I'll be back next Monday.
So
today was easy one for me because I had the day off, but I should definitely be back next Monday. There you go.
Cool.
It's just
I'll come down.
I've got a question for you.
Go on then.
Do you steal things from the post?
No. No.
Are you for real?
Do you know what though?
Are you actually for real?
I've got a good one for you then. So my missus phoned up a radio station the other day, and won.
Ulfric's got 23,500 spondoolies.
That's so bad. Yeah. So my missus rang up a radio station the other day, Gem FM, right? Yeah. And they were giving away mint flakes. Cadbury's flake, but mint flavoured. They had one box that someone had sent them from Canada. Don't make them anymore. We can't get them anywhere. Yeah. Bloke's got them in Canada, sent them to Gem FM, right? And they're giving them away. So she's phoned up, managed to get one. Well, of course, it's been delivered by Royal Mail, hasn't it?
And it's just mint chocolate dust.
It was an absolute dust when it come through the door, and she's like, postman. And she's contacted Gem FM, and like they've said, "Oh, have you got it?" She says, "Yeah, but come through." And it's like, you know, broken to bits. They're like, "Oh, bloody Royal Mail." She says, "Funny you should say that. My partner works for Royal Mail. I reckon he's done it out of spite."
He smashed it on the floor.
I was like, "Is that package for my missus?" Yeah.
What was that someone asked about? Are we going to do Rasta and Ash again? Who was that? Just read up for me, John.
When are you going to do another episode
Who's that?
Of Rasta and
Enos.
Enos.
So, tell me what you want. Right, explain what you want, because Ash hasn't got like the time that he used to have. That's why
I play very little now.
Look, everyone knows I'm alright at playing X-Wing, but I'm a much better painter and model maker than I'll ever be at playing, and that's what I'm kind of offering back with this stream. But what do you want us to add in to make it feel a bit more like Rasta and Ash? The next time we can, we will. Was it that you liked when we used to do the tournament breakdown and all of that? Because we can pop some of that up in this stream.
Because we always like that.
We did. But, you know, having you here, as far as I'm concerned, it's Rasta and Ash. I might be distracted and you're looking at the top of my head the whole stream.
but
we're still here. He's very interesting. I'm very attractive, and John is still very talented with a computer. and has just had a roast dinner as well, which he told us.
Yeah, roast chicken with homemade Yorkshire pudding
on a Monday, guys. On a Monday. Yeah, do you know what I had? Do you know what I had? Honestly, do you know what I've eaten today?
What?
4 hard-boiled eggs. That's it.
Why?
Because I go out in the morning, because I have to go for a walk in the morning, because I work at home, and if I don't go out of my house for at least 10 minutes, so I walk out to the car, and I normally buy a drink or something, and I'll buy a meal deal. So I buy a drink, a sandwich, because I'm one of those Johnnies where I'm like, I'm going to buy the most expensive sandwich and the most expensive snack.
Yeah.
And the most expensive snack is the £1.20 pack of hard-boiled eggs. So I buy a pack of, and because, you know, I'm losing weight, so it's like, oh, that's protein. It's good. There's no carbs, just protein, right? So I do this like clockwork every day, right? I go out, I buy this thing. And I found 2 packs of the eggs, and that's one I had for breakfast and one I had for dinner. So I'm all full of egg. I wouldn't stand behind me. Let's put it that way. It's going to be some egg powered.
Egg powered.
Yeah, you'll be egg bound. You won't be doing poops.
To talk to
special guest.
Do you know what?
I like it.
Do you know what? I'm going to see if I can coax the world champion out of his pit for next Monday. How does that sound?
We'll always a crush.
All right. Well, then maybe we just don't paint and we talk.
Yeah, you could do that.
If he's available.
If he's available. But if he's not available next week, we will do something like that. We'll try and get someone in, and we'll have a big. We'll
get someone who is doing well in X-Wing, or is flying something that we like that they're doing, and
on meta ships and the tiny English meta. Love your painting.
Yeah, on tiny English meta. Love your painting. Having Ash.
We'll do that. Do you know what? If I know we've got him next week, which we do now, we'll try and look for a few of those old things we used to do, and pop that back in a little bit. Absolutely get Kev on. Kev would be a great one to get on. We'll do that. Even if I just do...
But it'd be like me and Georgie in the bottom of the screen like this big, and then Kev in the middle like...
It'd be up there, and Kev's head's in, and it's just that much.
Don't worry, I
can
work video trickery.
Just that.
I can shrink him down.
He's getting far in the back.
Yeah.
Right, so we'll definitely do that, and I'll try and do maybe something once a month where we have... If I can...
What do you think about a double decimator, the list that we're in the intent?
Dude, proper chuffed. You know I love the wops, because I'm a one of you. okay? And I feel very sorry for Alessandro because he got a famali in Pilino. It's very bad. It's very bad. All of those English people that don't know what famali in Pilino means, Google it. Right? I'm not going to tell you. Ask next time you see Alessandro Zara Melone. Right? Next time you see him at a tournament, he's the really tall Italian guy. Right? That doesn't at all look like one of those little troll dolls from the 80s.
Yeah.
Next time you see him, go and ask him, say, how's your Pilino? That's all you got to say to him, okay? It's a great word in Italian. It's more beautiful. Huh? We can make the most vulgar of things sound Pilino. Hey, look at that. You want me now, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, mangia un po' di Pilino. It's
It's not working.
right. It is working. I can see. Anyway, cut the raffle, John.
Close
it, John. Close it. Right, you can no longer enter the raffle. I'm getting rid of this
official, isn't it?
bloody camera. It tells them straight. It's like,
And then the rest of them start. Look, raffle 7. You missed it. Wah, wah.
They do it on purpose.
yeah, I know he lost. I know he made top 16 with his imps. He has generally very, very hot dice, so I have no sympathy for Zaramella having one game of bad greens. Tough. I played exactly his list 2 nights ago with Kev, and my first 5 dice evade roll on Vader after getting hit with 4 and having 3 force and a focus was 5 blanks.
What was?
5 blanks.
How come he was running Separatist? I thought he was running a Vader thing.
Ali was running, but he lost to the Separatist Swarm that was in the final.
Because he was running the Vader thing. Yeah.
He was running Vader, Sontir, and
I watched him
Duchess.
playing Kev. They're almost mirror match, 2 card difference.
Yeah, 2 card difference. It's a very good list, and Zara's a very good player. And he's a very nice
good
guy
player.
as well.
Yeah,
if you ever get a chance to
And
meet
a veteran.
the little Italian stallion,
Yeah.
he's one of our younger veterans. We use that word veteran very loosely here at Weekend Warlords. He is a youthful veteran. There you go.
Very good.
There you go. He's not like me, who groans and moans.
Who
all
is
the
a
time.
veteran.
I'm proper old. Proper old. Look at all the grey, man. Look, it's
Yeah,
really bad.
yeah.
Yeah, John, no one's looking at your face anyway because it's like that scene out of Little Britain.
My beard's grey,
like-
and they're just like,
it's
I
like that
didn't
lady
notice
in
you had
Little
hair on
Britain.
the face.
She's like, John, it's just streams of vomit. Veteran by circumstance.
So,
Right,
draw this
we're
thing.
done. The
He'll
winner.
do a drum roll.
Right, the only winner. This is one winner is getting a beautifully painted torrent with all the cards, the dials, and the bits.
Have you entered?
No.
What? Why didn't you enter?
Because I don't fly torrents.
Ah, fair. And the winner is Enos! Yeah, man! Enos
you
won
go.
it!
Well done,
Wicked. I'm well chuffed about that.
Well, we got so.
I do believe I'm sending that to Germany.
Oh, okay.
I do
Wow.
believe that.
Okay. So yeah, contact us with all your information.
Contact me personally. Send me a personal Facebook message, not to Rasta Maice Painting, to Rasta Maice, because I definitely get it then. But I am all up to date with my messages, everyone. Anyone that's been messaged me and not had a reply, they're all replied now. So I'm all up to date and I feel great about my life. And FFG actually phoned me to book all my flights.
No, they
because
didn't.
I sent them an email going, "You got to stop. I can't cope. I'm going through
Yeah.
loads of crap. I can't deal
You're
with all
breaking
these.
me.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
breaking me. It's too much." And so he phoned me at like 11 o'clock at night from America, and I was like, "I
What
love
a
you. I
legend.
love you deeply.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
might be getting a bottle of Kraken when I come to America."
Oh,
Do you
you
know what I mean?
should totally be taking Kraken to America.
Have you seen American alcohol?
Yeah.
I'm taking Kraken.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
Well,
Kraken,
they
lemon.
do
You're
have
allowed to
they have
Why?
Kraken in America.
In your hold on, can your in your it's just your carry on. You can't take liquid.
When I came back from Dominican Republic,
Those of you that have travelled regularly to America, will I be able to put? I can get Kraken there.
Yeah, they sell it there. Yeah,
Can I bring English lemonade? That's really important.
because there's crap.
Am I allowed to bring like 2 or 4
Yeah, 2
litres
litres.
of
Yeah,
liquid?
yeah.
When I came back from the
In
Dominican
your case.
Republic, in my
Ryan,
hand
is that
luggage,
who's that? Is that Ryan Burney? I've got all the Yanks on. I love it.
we have Kraken.
Kraken is made in America. Who knew? Who knew?
Yeah, Yeah, look, you can in hold luggage. When I was doing my
Right,
carry-on luggage coming back from the Dominican Republic, in the Dominican they make their own rum.
Yeah,
like 151, isn't it?
Nice.
So 151's like 75% proof, ridiculous. Like set fire to it, like it's lethal. I had 4 big litre bottles in my carry-on.
Really?
Sorry?
I was jingling. Like, ching, ching,
What?
Ching, it was like a bomb.
$12.
You can
Okay, so I'm coming to
you can always
America
buy it
with
cheaper,
the
yeah.
following:
Yeah.
a carrier bag with 2 pairs of jeans and 2 t-shirts, a suitcase that's totally empty, bar for some towels and bubble wrap.
Yeah.
And then I'm just buying $12 all the bottles.
Yeah, but
Last time I brought $12 pops, filled the whole suitcase, $12 bottles of Kraken.
Yeah,
Really?
but 375 centilitre.
Yeah, what's that mean?
That ain't big.
Is it not?
No,
What's 375 in the UK?
well, that's centilitres, isn't it?
It's
So
English,
a
man.
litre is 1,000.
Half bottle. So a half bottle of the big bottle.
Is half bottle the big bottle?
This has got millilitres.
No, it's centilitres, isn't it?
What is a
No.
millilitre a centilitre?
No, it's 10. Oh, I don't know.
Oh, that'd be big then.
What would?
If there's 10 millilitres to a centilitre, then 375 would be.
Half a bottle of wine for $12. So that's about 10 quid, isn't it?
Yeah, about
Because
right.
we're not doing so well, are we, with the conversion rate?
No, terrible.
It's about right. About right price, I reckon.
Oh, it's half the size of the bottle you get here for 12, which is 10 quid. So it's really no cheaper.
No.
Yeah,
Because it's about 20 quid a bottle here.
Yeah.
Oh well, but I'll bring my own lemonade because I like Lidl lemonade or Aldi lemonade, and it's 30p a bottle, and it hasn't got corn syrup in it.
Corn syrup in everything.
I don't like corn syrup; it sends you up the wall, man.
Yeah.
Right, so I've got a lot of love, and it's all for you lot.
Oh.
He had most of it, but then he left me for the Queen.
But I'm back.
But I still love him.
Yeah,
Right,
I'm back.
I've still got a picture of him on my ceiling.
My only issue is that I'm struggling to play X-Wing.
I know you are.
I'm struggling
This
to play
is
X-Wing.
this is the problem with like the whole return of Rasta and Ash is that
I'm not playing X-Wing
he's
at
not
all.
at the moment. So
At all. I've tried. I've had one game in the past 4 months, and that is it. Apart from that, I'm having. I play one game of Legion on a Thursday
Playing
sometimes.
a lot of Legion.
Yeah, I
Legion.
tend to play Legion on Thursday, get one game.
Maybe
in.
that's the game.
But I'm still loving X-Wing, and I'm trying to follow it, but I'm just too far behind in waves. I will, when I find time,
Maybe
play again.
that's what you should do, is teach him Legion.
I think, do you know what? Get out of my head. I literally get out of my head. I was about to say, well, why don't I? As I'm painting the Legion, when we get done, before I give it away,
We'll play a game
we'll
of
do
it.
an episode out there
A tutorial.
of Ash teaches Legion.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm down with that.
the
But
moment.
until then, we'll still come and talk and
What time do you
'Cause
finish
that's-
on Monday?
me
Yeah.
depends if I do overtime or not. But yeah,
We
I'll
can
be.
maybe do an early stream. or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah. I mean, starting at
But
6
we,
will be
we
fine.
can also do a weird day when it's better.
Yeah.
I've got this
Yeah.
ceramic. I got a ceramic bottle. I got a ceramic. Ulfric gives it to me, and Alex brought me 2 bottles of Kraken when he moved up. And the first thing I did was decant my bottle, and he was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? You're going to have by the laws of osmosis. You've lost some Kraken now because of evaporation." And I was like, "Just wait." Filled up the bottle, give it to him. Went now, pull the cork off, and when it went, I went, "And now you feel like a pirate."
yeah.
Right? And he was like,
Yep.
I see what you mean.
worth it.
And in fact, the other day, right, I had a Kraken. I think it was Saturday night. I had 3
You got to
Krakens.
bite the cork out.
I had 3
surely.
Krakens. I went like Jack Sparrow. I poured my Kraken, and Alex was watching me, and he was like, "Is that what you call a measure?" And I was like, "What? Half a pint's too much?" And he was like,
I'll be so
"No wonder 3's your limit." He went, "There must be like 10 shots in that." And I'm like,
Yep.
"Yes, it's half a bottle,
But
3
that's
drinks."
but you've made a pint glass out of it, so it's a good.
Yeah, it
drink.
has to have a cork in it. It has to. There's something about it. Right, we're going because it's really late and I could keep talking forever. I love you guys. It's been wicked having him back. Thank you, John, for all your hard work. Thank you for your generosity, your cheers, your bits, and your subs and all of that. Tune in tomorrow for Weekend Warlords Tuesday night. Excellent
Yeah,
wing.
now we're doing the eczema wing.
Excellent wing with the excellent dream team.
Ulfric's stream boss again.
Ulfric Stream Boss. Monkey shoulder whiskey. I like
Yeah,
it.
I like it.
Love you all. Peace. See you soon.
Yeah, it was wicked. Bye.